Woo! So how about this? This is Just for Fun Radio with DJ Scotty and my wonderful, amazing, short Oompa Loompa sidekick, Redneck Steph.
Good morning, everybody.
She got her new bandana. She's a 9th degree redneck this weekend.
Ding.
So my wife just sent me this picture. And look, you see where it says Pro Comp Off-Road? It's a sticker.
Yeah.
She's like, did you put this on my car? And I was like, no, I'll explain. I need to ask her if she's listening.
Oh, is that on her car?
Yes, and I will explain. I will explain, but I want to make sure she's listening, so that I so I can explain.
And so you don't have to repeat it.
I don't have to explain it.
Wow.
So I want you to explain to people how you got another degree of redneck, because you did something pretty stupid this weekend.
Did I?
The problem is the fact that you don't recall. And yes, I need to turn those two lights back on. Because what happens is it's looking like these are just beaming in my eyes because the rest of the lights aren't on. You start explaining what you did this weekend.
I don't know. Did you get the video or something?
No, I haven't seen it, but Kathy Bragg said she did.
Yeah, I sent it to her. We were listening to the radio Saturday night, and they said that Dustin Bragg got #1 again for his song Feel Like Cranking One. So I went and got his CD, and we were blaring it down in West Porterdale. And I took a video of everybody singing and dancing to his song. Why? What did Kathy say about it?
Nothing. I was just making a joke about, I sent the picture to you that was a dude sitting on the railroad tracks naked. And basically you were saying, it says, oh my God, what the F did I drink last night? Or what did I do last night or something? So Steph replies with, that's what happened to me last night. I'm like, wow.
Well,
should I be surprised? Probably not very surprised. No, not surprised. Why am I surprised? I shouldn't be surprised. There's no reason for me to be surprised.
It was in a good way. I mean, we had it blasting and everybody liked it. But when you give a redneck free beer and they haven't had a whole lot of beer in a long time, and because believe it or not, I think we had 6 or 7 Bud Lights. That's all I drank was the Bud Lights.
Well, if you don't drink a whole lot anymore, less is more.
Yeah, and especially since it's the good stuff instead of the cheap stuff.
Wait a minute.
It was Bud Light instead of Busch Light.
Stop for a second. Okay. The fact that you're calling Bud Light the good stuff is sad.
Well, it's better than Busch Light.
Have
you had a Busch Light?
Hey, let me say something. Okay. It's 2015. I ain't done bushing forever.
Oh my God.
Just saying. Oh,
you're a douchebag.
So, anyways, the fact that you're calling Bud Light the good stuff, I bet you fools would die for like some Corona or Dos Equis or.
Dos Equis is nasty.
Yeah, but that's better than Bud Light.
Corona is okay.
A Moosehead, a Samuel Adams.
And not that. I can't remember what it's called, but some kind of fish beer. It's like a lager.
That's half your problem right there.
A Blue Moon
fish
something.
beer.
That's
Blue
disgusting.
Moon is to me. Blue Moon is only good when I'm at the bar. They pour it directly in my glass that's nice and frosty, and they put the slice of orange on it. Drinking it from a can or a bottle at the house, not as good.
And that Red Stripe, I don't know what the big deal is.
Oh, man, you don't like Red Stripe?
No.
Let me tell you something. If you're going to drink Red Stripe, you need to eat a steak or a hamburger at a bar while you drink the Red Stripe. Red Stripe's decent. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a very good beer drinker anymore anyhow, but Red Stripe with food, it's freaking awesome. Like now, because I water everything down, I just do. Like a regular Sprite is like might as well be like drinking champagne to me. It's just too much.
Yeah.
So now when I drink a beer, it's just too much. Everything I've drank now is watered down. So I guess that's one reason I'm okay with Mick Ultra. I mean, Mick Light, Ultra Light, whatever.
Yeah.
Is because it's watered down, as everybody calls it. But if you drink dark beers, then yes, the Ultra Light is water to you. But for me, I drink everything watered down. Hell, I'll mix. If at McDonald's, it's half Sprite, half water, half Coke, half water, half Dr. Pepper, half water. Here at the house, it's a little bit. I put just enough Mio in it to make it have color.
Yeah.
Everything with me is water, 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 water.
Well,
So I drink a. If I was to taste a Bass Ale right now, ugh,
Oh, and
I might as well lick your
Foster's.
armpit. Foster's. That's not Beal.
Uh-uh.
I can't stand that either. Like I ended up in Mount Pleasant, which is outside of Charleston, and we were doing some work there, and we just so happened to have gone into a place that was running a special where they were giving you like a pint, whatever the size of a pint is, of Bass Ale with whatever steak you ordered. So my brother's like, you got to try this. Well, it comes to the table, and it's like as dark as coffee. And I'm going, what the hell is this? I took like 3 sips of it. And I looked at my brother and says, look like you got 2 beers. Can I have a half Sprite of water? Because that was disgusting.
Yeah.
And it was warm because, they don't drink their beer cold.
No, they don't.
Ale is
Yeah.
not supposed to be cold.
And that's just disgusting.
Hey, to each his own.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
guess.
it's disgusting.
My favorite, well, I can't say it's my favorite, but I have neuropathy in my feet, diabetic neuropathy in my feet going on. And if I drink a beer, it bothers it, except for a Mick Ultra. Does not bother
Man, if you drink a beer, you bother me.
it.
Just saying. Steph can drink a beer and I hurt.
And but Cinerator, believe it or not, which that's a liquor. It
Wait,
doesn't bother it. It's a cinnamon liquor.
Can we have that revised comment from the other day? We were unloading the bus and something got said. I don't remember exactly how it said. And Steph says, I said something about mixing drinks, and she's like, I only mix my alcohol with liquor.
Yeah.
And I just went, what? I only mix my alcohol with liquor. And I looked at Travis, who was standing there. I was standing in the back of the bus. And if you envision a triangle, Steph's to my left, Travis is to my right. So I'm looking at Steph standing in the driveway. I looked at Travis out of the bus in the garage, and I didn't even have to say, did you hear that? Travis was like leaning over, and spit was about to start coming out of his mouth. He was laughing so hard. And I looked at him, he looked at me. We both just shaking our head. I said, Stephanie, what's in liquor? She said, alcohol. And I was waiting for her to go, because I put it there, but she didn't. And I said, Steph, you're going to mix your alcohol with liquor. And she goes, well, I know there's alcohol in liquor. Well, really? Because made it out like you just mixed it all up.
With alcohol, I said alcohol and beer, but yeah.
Yeah, you rephrased it after you realized I only put alcohol in my liquor. And the first thing I said, so you're a lesbian? Sorry. Had to go there, but I had to tell you the actual joke. We're at 7:36, so I can get away with saying it right now.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. And then when I was picking at Travis about the motorcycle that had the home button on it, and that meant if you went to a bar and got drunk, you could hit the home button and it'd take you right home.
The fact that you find that as a cool feature speaks a lot of volume for you.
Well, he said it's not like Kit. It can't drive itself.
So there's another button. It's like anybody's home. You just push that. Boop. It's called a hooker button. Boop. Anybody's home would do. Boom.
Well, that was on the TV screen.
So, yeah, she looks at the new Harley, who has a 6 or 7 inch LCD or maybe LED screen. What's that? And I just looked at her. She goes, is that GPS thingy? And I went, nope. It's a TV, so you can watch your shows while you're riding down the road on your motorcycle. And she
That's
just like looks at me
dangerous.
like, that's dangerous. Yep. Letting you behind those handlebars would be dangerous.
Oh, that's why I'd be on the back.
So you just said that you acknowledge the fact that Travis needs a motorcycle.
Oh, I told him that, I don't mind if he gets a motorcycle.
I wish y'all wouldn't have bought that dang 4-wheeler. Y'all could have had a motorcycle this year.
I like my 4-wheeler.
Yeah, but look at all the cool things y'all could go do with us. Once a month. All you'd have to do is once a month, drop Ashley off at Travis's mama's and get to go do something with like me, my wife, Joe Leeper, his wife, Joe and Rhonda, and we just like shoot off somewhere. So if Joe is available to call in, even though I know he's working, but he told me the other day that they woke up and he was telling me, didn't I see it on his Facebook? And I didn't. So he had to explain to me what they did, but they woke up, jumped on his Ultra Classic, went somewhere up in the mountains, but ended up, because he was already that direction, in Cherokee, sat down and gambled for like an hour or two,
Yeah.
got something to eat, and came back home. I'm like, that's the kind of stuff I got to start doing.
Yeah.
Because I can't take, as I'm fixing to this one time, take away from the station and go out of town for 3 days. Well, actually 5 days, 3 away from the station though.
Yeah.
And I normally can't do that. I haven't ever done it. Here we are at 5 years and I've not done that.
Never done it.
5 years old and not once have I taken a trip like that.
Because
So
you were supposed to last year, but you never
that's
did.
right. But the point is I've wanted to and I haven't been able to. So I said, you know what, Mr. Leeper, you have a very cool point / idea. If my wife takes off on a Saturday and a Sunday, it's like we could jet, as long as we had somebody take care of the dogs or whatever, I could jet out either Friday night or Saturday morning and just be back, be gone a little more than 24 hours,
Mhm.
So that's some of the things I need to do. Cause I want to take my wife to see like some very cool places and not necessarily ones I know about, but other people know about sunrises and sunsets. I know somebody's going to probably steal my idea, but I'm actually fixing to try to make a page. I'm not going to say it. Anyways, because, somebody will try to steal my idea. Every time I have a good one, somebody steals it. So,
Yeah, I was telling Travis, I was looking at the other one that has the better back seat, It doesn't necessarily have to have the armrest or anything like that.
what do you call a better back seat?
That last one that we were looking at, the one that I was picking about the home button.
I don't recall what bike that was.
I think it had like a touring package on the back
Okay,
of it.
those are the ones that are the good ones to look back on. If it's got a trunk, because
Yes,
it should
had
have
a
2
trunk.
speakers. It's kind
Yes.
of keeps you from falling off if you were to doze off.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, people do go to sleep on motorcycles.
Oh,
All the
yeah.
people on the back. I've come home on the Superman bike with a girl years and years and years ago. It was falling asleep. And I literally had my right arm on the gas, left arm around my back, holding her up.
Well, I know
And it's not that she was drunk. It's just we were going down the interstate coming out of Helen. We left Helen at like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. And I had a big something to do the next day. And when it was cold. So when she put her head against my shoulder blades, I thought, no big deal. But several minutes went by where I didn't feel any movement. And I'm like, oh, crap.
Uh-oh.
This ain't good.
Yeah. I know.
So at least a touring pack, they are leaning back,
Yeah.
just saying.
And I know on my dad's bike, when I used to ride with him all the time, I didn't like he had the lower backrest.
Yes.
And that used
The
to
butt bumper.
Yes. That used to kill my back. But then it's like I said, like Travis and I was talking, I was still riding up till being 7 months pregnant. So maybe that had a lot to do with
Yes.
it. But yeah.
Well, on the Road King, I now have it fixed where the tour pack comes on and off because my wife thinks it's grandpa. Having it on there just doesn't look good. So
But it's comfortable.
right, but what it is because it's both of them are detachable. That and my sissy bar. So what I'll do is put my luggage rack back on the tour pack because I took it off because to me that was ugly. And what we'll do is just bungee the sissy bar onto the touring pack like when we go places that we're going to stay, then
Mhm.
I'll just take the tour pack off and have the sissy bar. Like, so when we get to the beach, she don't really want the tour pack. But the problem is I'm spoiled with a tour pack because once you get a tour pack, you know, you don't, once you get a tour pack, you don't realize how much you use it. Like
Yeah.
Mr. Joe Leeper, I know he's working, so I know he probably can't call in, but it fits your helmets. So like if you are used to going to your saddlebags, you usually keep some tools in and maybe a raincoat, some gloves, safety glasses. You know, you keep riding glasses rather. You keep stuff all the time on your there. But the problem is if all you have is the saddlebags and you get ready to do something, then it's the like, okay, do I take this out to put this in? So the
Yeah.
tour pack at least lets you put in purses, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, because Dad's wasn't really that big, his saddlebags. So we still had to hang the helmets on the bar, on the handlebars. So, but that was a neat little bike that my dad had. Like I said, I grew up on motorcycles.
So Raven's renovation. So I'm a grandpa, am I? Well, you know.
And does he have the touring package?
Yes, he's got the real deal Holyfield. He's got the,
because I've never seen his.
like, well, envision what you saw in Harley the other day. See, I'm taking my bike and putting all the fairing, I'm putting it all on there. He bought the bike that had it all. Like, it's set. Let me tell you, this dude right here has the Mac Daddy Fat Ace seat. And I don't mean
does
it's
he have the Lamborghini?
I don't mean it's a seat for a fat ace. I mean it's PHAT. It is fat. That seat he's got is like, it's kind of like the Sealy Posturepedic
Oh,
office chair I got right now.
cool.
He's got like the ultimate seat. And I may end up with a seat like that for when I go out of town and stuff like that. Because I mean, I got the bike to ride. I mean,
Mhm.
I've got the Superman bike. If I want to try to be all cool and look hot, I can go out in it. But I do like being able to put my stuff on and do what I got to do. Like me and Joe Leeper were talking about this air ride system that he just bought. 5150 Customs is fixing to do some stuff for me when I get back from PC. So
Is that what makes his Joe Leaper's go down?
Yes.
And then back up?
yeah, that's
That
not
was
what
pretty
makes his
cool.
wife, but that's what makes the bike. It's 7:45 in the morning. I will leave the dirty jokes alone.
Wow. But you know, that ride
Yeah, but it's like
Saturday,
$500, and then for an extra $99, you get a keychain where you can push a button to make the thing rise and go down.
well, that's pretty cool. Because I was just sitting
Now, if
there
I had
looking at it.
if I had a keychain to a Lambo, it can make some stuff go up and go down too. But I'm just saying. Makes number 3 for the morning. I'm gonna be striking out soon.
Dun, dun, dun.
So yeah, you know, that's the cool thing is wanting to ride. So listen, I find my wife, hold on, Ravens. I love me some 5150. That's not Bacardi's
I was about to
151.
say.
We're talking about 5150, not Bacardi's 50. Never mind.
We're talking about motorcycles, not liquor.
Yeah, I'm kidding. He's actually talking about. Oh crap, wrong button.
Scotty just hit the wrong button and just went to the floor in his chair.
Yeah, I hit the wrong button right there. So my wife is finally listening. I just want to go back to her conversation for a second. So my wife sends me this picture of a window, and on the window is a Pro Comp off-road sticker. Pro Comp is one of these online. You can order their shocks, tires, blah, blah, blah. They got a place in Norcross. Well, every time in my van when I would leave Rob's Performance, normal customers don't get this. I get the royal treatment. The gentleman that I call McLovin, I'm not going to throw his real name out there, has tie wrapped my axles. So driving down the road in a van, it was like tick, 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 this little, you know. So the other day we're leaving in my wife's car, and he makes a joke about this sticker, and I'm like, really? He says, well, I was going to do this, this, and this, but it's your wife's car. So I didn't peel it off. I meant to. So now my wife sends me this picture going, did you put this on my car? You can peel that off, honey. It's from Rob's Performance. Or you can leave it on there because they thought it was funny that they were putting that on your car.
Yeah.
So Joe Leaper, ha ha ha. Good clarification. That's what makes the bike go down. See, we need to clarify. And I looked and I told myself, I want this. What sucks is I just paid $99 for a lowering kit for my bike. So it's like, dang, if I wouldn't have spent the $99 to lower it, then spending, $600 for the shocks would only been $500 for the shocks. So it's like, dang, man. But it is what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
So what do you got this morning?
Well, you had sent me
besides the runs. That was a double hitter.
So while we're actually talking about
the runs,
well, actually we were talking about beer earlier.
Oh, I thought we were talking about motorcycles.
Well, before the motorcycles, we were talking.
You know,
about
the
beer.
thing motorcycles has is the 3 B's: beer, bikes, and boobs.
Oh,
now though, at the age we're getting at, it's beer, bikes, and butts. Because you're sitting on your butt.
So,
boobs aren't as important as they used to be. Now it's about how good your seat sits because your old butt starts hurting riding down the road.
Yeah, now it's not to look cool, but for luxury.
It is. It's all for luxury now. Look, for anybody, it's so funny because I used to make the joke because I never did a lot of long rides because I was always so busy. I was just bar hopping, and it's not necessarily bar hopping, but anybody that rides knows what a bar hopper is. Not that it's what you drive just to strictly go to a bar, but a bar hopper is something that 50 miles is probably the most that you're riding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, I have ridden Superman to Panama City multiple times. I've ridden it one time to Myrtle Beach. Now, I've been on Superman several times in Myrtle, but I only made the mistake to ride up there once and trailered it home. Because that was the worst ride I've ever had in my life.
Because that's what, 4 hours?
Myrtle Beach? No, man. But the problem is every 99 miles you got to stop. A, for my bike to get gas, but B, because of my back surgery, every 99 miles I got to prepare to stop. I say 100, but 99. It's in the brain at 99. On the tripometer, is you stop. But my point is we left Conyers Walmart, 138 Walmart at 8 p.m. because we stopped and bought some earbuds. We left and got on the expressway at 8 and drove into Myrtle Beach at midnight. And we hauled buttocks a little bit. But the problem is that last stretch into a town called Florence and see, I lived there for a minute too. So the last main city where the expressway all splits is Florence, and then you make your way into Conway. Well, that Florence to Conway, they have this type of expressway where the water runs off really good. So there's all these ridges in the running, the same direction you're running, there's all these ridges.
Yeah.
So your tires are constantly kind of vibrating a little left and right, and your steering kind of sucks. But then the problem is because they do it that way, there's a left to right. Your left to right. There's a joint that puts all this seams together. The problem is all we keep hearing at 70 and 80 miles an hour, because look, at the point when we were hitting it, I should have slowed down. I was just ready to get off the bike, and there was probably like 60 bikes, trailers, trucks, all that stuff. Everybody hauling butt because this is the last stretch. The cops didn't stop anybody. The problem is the whole time you're riding, it's the noise, that is you hitting that joint.
Yeah.
And the problem is every time you hear the bike, the rear end goes and dumps down about 3 inches. So you're constantly, it's like riding a friggin' Bronco. It's and you're jarring, and it's just jarring your back. By the time we got there, now I went on like a Tuesday. My brother lives up there. So we went to his house, stayed at his house. And my buddy Kevin shows up in the Navigator like late Thursday night. It might as well be considered Friday AM. Shows up in the Navigator in my trailer. Boy, he shows up knocking on the door. I'm like, man, I'm glad you made it. Because I was not going to ride that bike home. I would have stayed another damn week before I'd have ridden that bike home.
Yeah, that's
Horrible.
My only concern is, when Travis gets a motorcycle is he's never really ridden. He's rode 4-wheelers and he's rode dirt bikes, but there's a difference
There's a big difference
in that kind of motorcycle and a dirt bike.
Well, it's like me. I went from bicycles to dirt bikes, from dirt bikes to crotch rocket, then from crotch rockets to my Superman style bike.
Mm-hmm.
Then after I bought Superman, I bought a RM. I was still thin, so don't nobody give me no crap. Then I bought a RM 125, which is the Suzuki, and it was a racing dirt bike a buddy of mine had built. And your brain on a street bike, your rear end is not supposed to slip. It's not supposed to sway left or right.
Right.
So when I got on an RM and we're raising hell in the mud, it took me a minute to get my brain to let go with the fact that the rear end's slipping.
Yeah.
Because every time the rear would slip, I'd kind of freeze for a second. Well, then the problem is I went from, you went from years of riding dirt bikes to, 10 years of not riding a dirt bike. Now you've got 10 years of nothing but street in you, and going from a crotch rocket, that's one type of riding. Still, though, the rear end's not supposed to slip. And then your big cruiser bike, street, but you're not supposed to slip. So then I get on this RM and we're raising hell on the X track, which used to be where Rockdale and Walton met on 20. The problem, we end up in Greensboro on this other big trail that's more for enduro bikes. But anyways, we end up on gravel. You're on a dang, RM 125 running 70 miles an hour in the gravel. Though you might as well be riding on ice.
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well be riding on ice.
Yeah.
So it'll take Travis some minutes to get the brain wrapped around it.
And then, riding with a passenger, because, riding on a 4-wheeler with a passenger, that is completely different. Because, he hasn't even been on a dirt bike in a couple of years because we moved to having the 4-wheelers because it was easier for him to ride Ashley on the 4-wheeler. And then,
it's easier to ride drunk. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's easier to ride Ashley on the 4-wheeler.
Sorry, I was just making a joke.
Oh, I know.
I'm glad you're clarifying that, though, because the world needs to know.
Yeah. But, now she's gotten to the point where, she's gotten bigger and it's even harder on the 4-wheeler. So that's when we went and got her that off-roading go-kart thing.
Right.
But yeah, it's going to be a lot to get used to. And it'll probably take a while before I even trust him enough to get on the back. And I don't mean for that to sound bad, but, stuff happens. And if he's not comfortable with driving or riding a motorcycle yet, it's going to take a minute. What are you counting on your fingers?
I just realized what today's date was because Brad made a joke.
Oh, it's the 20th.
Which is what?
420.
I didn't think about it being 420 because I don't think that way. So Brad makes a joke, says, "Morning, bro. Sports should be in your email. 420 smoking if you got them." And then he does LOL because everybody knows he's definitely not that guy, but it's hilarious. Like, I wasn't even thinking he put 420 smoke them if you got them. And I'm thinking, what is he oh my God, it's 420. And I didn't even think because the Smoke Fest was this weekend. We can talk about that too. I didn't go to it, but several people I know did.
Oh,
so you're saying, so anyways,
it.
I don't want to lose it. So you say you're going to let him ride a little while before you trust him.
Yeah. Let him get used to it. And another thing he's got to understand, it's different when it's just you, and then when you ride with a passenger.
Well, the thing is, it's not so much you need to remember you have a passenger. Your dumbass passenger needs to remember that they're a passenger.
Yeah, and
like
to go
my wife at a red light, it might have been 1 or 2 margaritas involved, but we're sitting at a red light back when she first started riding with me, and the Cupid Shuffle was playing on my radio. And when it said to the left, to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right, to the right, trust me, I had to put more push on the left foot for a couple seconds. And on my bad right leg, I have to push a little bit on the right, to the right, to the right. And I'm looking back going, hey, honey, I know you like this song, but no dancing on the motorcycle.
Yeah,
And then it hit her. She's like, oh.
Yeah, especially though if you're going. I mean, at least she did it at a red light.
Oh, she tried it one time when we were driving, and every time she
Oh.
would move left, it was like the wind blowing, a sailboat left. I mean,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
you have to keep all that in mind.
Oh
And
yeah.
if you're gonna and like she goes to lean over one day, and I'm not busting my wife or nothing. I'm using this as illustration why people need to remember this. So she goes to lean forward to adjust something on her right boot. Well, the problem is that changes the weight ratio a little bit, and I need to know, hey, I'm fixing to fix my boot.
Yeah.
So me and her have this kind of rule: if you're fixing to start leaning to the right, I need you to tap me and let me know, hey, I'm fixing to fix my boot, and then at least I can be prepared.
Yeah, instead of it shocking you.
Yes.
Yeah. But can we have a break real quick?
I was fixing to say we're at 7:58. We normally take a break, but I've noticed the 7:30 to 8 we normally talk here lately for a whole half hour.
Actually, we kind of go to about like 8:15 sometimes.
Well, we have. So
it depends on the subject that we.
When we come back, we'll talk about. I don't know a whole lot about Smokefest. I just know it happened. But it also happened.
Look it up.
It also happened in the rain, so that was going to be the funny part I was going to talk about. All right, everybody, it's just for fun in the morning. Listen, I have been in a Metallica frame of mind this morning. Jacob, I love you, brother. He's been sending me stuff like, hell yeah, that's the way to start the morning. Two of my favorite. Now I like Metallica. Don't get me wrong, but two of my favorites is Wherever I May Roam. Is one of my favorites, and the next one coming up is one of my favorites too. So everybody just be prepared. I'm in a Metallica frame of mind this morning. Just trying to get it crunk up this morning. Let me tell you, Zaylee, you be a hyper person like me and wake up with no coffee in your system, and you got to pull the baby out of the bed. She's wet. You got to, and the fact is you want to pre-plan it. So I went ahead and made a bottle. I went ahead and got the diaper and the wipes, put all of it at the end of my couch. I went and picked her up. That way I could lay her down, stick a bottle in her mouth, and start changing her diaper and have no screaming in my ears, because this is pre-coffee. Anything was too loud pre-coffee. All right, everybody, here comes our commercials from some of our great sponsors. Everybody hang tight. We'll be right back. Don't leave just because I'm playing Metallica, because I'm in the Metallica frame of mind. Look.
Yep.
I was a rocker way before Joy the Voice was. We'll be right back, everybody.
Yeah, because you're older. I should have said that on air. How much time do I have? I have to go to the bathroom real quick, and then I have to.
You got 5 minutes. She just texted saying she was home. All right, I got to interrupt this really quick because I got to mess with Joey the Voice, and we got to get back to the show all at the same time. So Joey says he's got the termite repair guys ripping up his garage and his dining room right now. So the next song, I figured would just kind of be funny as far as the artist and what he's singing about, because I believe Joey the Voice modeled his life after this song. He can say all day long that he didn't, but I know Joey, who is the rocker of Just for Fun Radio, along with the guru, Jacob, I know this song right here inspired Joey the Voice to be who he is. You hear that? It's good. Anybody's watch a video. It's Goody Two Shoes by Adam Ant. Well, no, because my thought is if he's got termites, Adam Ant, I figured that'd be the good joke. And don't drink, don't smoke. We know drinking and smoking is what made his voice Joey the Voice. What are you doing? About what? Oh, would you just get a text? Joey types, haha, really? All right, I'm back. Stephanie's over there on the phone. So Joey the Voice types, ha ha ha. Really? Listen, I thought the analogy of you got termite guys at your house. So I play Ant, right? Adam Ant. Then it was he was, I'm not saying he got smart with me, but when I said on the radio, that I was a rocker a long time before him, he's like, really? I'm listening. I'm gonna leave the other word out that he called me. So anyhow, huh? He is. Are you on the mic or are you not on the mic? So zip it. Just zip it. She's on hold on a phone call. So stay out of this. So anyhow, this is not Rough Edge. This is the morning show where we're supposed to be a little more professional. And I know that's a lot to ask out of Stephanie. And yes, Joey, I know you're still listening. So you're going to say to me, you just called me not professional. No, it's called the Rough Edge for a reason. We joke about it being Wayne's World meets, the Griswold Family Vacation. It's supposed to be crazy. But anyways, I played Adam Ant because I figured don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do? I mean, come on. We already know Joey the Voice has told people, you want a voice like this, smoke cigarettes and drink and ruin your voice. And then you create Joey the Voice. So anyways, we're just having one of them mornings. Steph's over there trying to take care of something. Don't you just love when you get that phone call in the middle of a show? And I'm not dissing on Steph. I'm saying, don't you just love when that crap happens because you're trying to do stuff. And of course, they have no idea. They don't know what you're doing. They just know they're trying to interrupt your day and they don't really care if they do. So anybody would like to call in, now would be the appropriate time to call in. Dun, 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 dun. I need some elevator music playing in the background. Steph, you're on hold over there. Put me on hold. Shut the curtain so you can't see me if it's going to keep making you want to talk to me. No, thank you. No, thank you. That would be about as bad as Tyler when he kept putting the phone to the microphone, playing some stupid background stuff too. We try to take everything here to an entirely different level. But, sometimes you just have to do what you just have to do. Any callers? We've not heard from Jeff Matthias. Didn't he go out of town? I believe he was going out of town today. And we'll know more here in a few minutes. I'll just start randomly dialing somebody. Listen, who's having birthdays, if that's the case. I'll just start randomly calling people to mess with them on their day. Why not? I mean, what else do you have to do besides that? Dum, 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 dum. You know, I was not prepared for her to be on the phone. I don't mean any disrespect to her, but I didn't have anything prepared, or I would be sitting here talking. But I didn't know. I don't see. Yeah, there's tons of people having birthdays, but I don't have any of them's phone number. So what does that say? It's probably a benefit for me, right? Or actually, it's probably better off for them, because if I had their phone number, we would be messing with them. And Lord knows, you go doing that, you could really screw up a couple of people's brains trying to call them and mess with them this early in the morning. But we are going to call this person, and we are going to mess with them. I mean, what else do we have to do? Dun, 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 dun. Let's see if this person answers the phone. Oh, that sounds horrible. That's what happens when you call a droid. Oh, well, there goes that. Listen, I'm going to play the sports with Brad. Let that puppy download. So listen, yesterday, I don't know if it was yesterday or Saturday, but of course today's 420. For anybody that partakes in extracurricular activities, there was a 420 festival in Atlanta.
Wow.
And what I find funny is you got all these characters. I'm not picking on you dope heads, you pot smokers. I'm not really truly picking on some of you. I know, some of you I don't know. Some of you I know do it, and some of you I don't know you do it. But here's what I find funny on a percentage level. Some of these folks that are too stoned to go to work were not too stoned to go stand out
in the
rain for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Amen. I'm just saying, you were too stoned to go to work, but you're not too stoned to go stand in the rain. And then on top of it, it was foggy. I wonder how many of them was like, man, look how much smoke's in the air. Really, you jackass? That's fog. Because it's raining.
Hey, man, you get me, man.
Is that how y'all talk?
No, that was Cheech and Chong.
Never mind, Steph. I was making a joke when I said y'all. Is that how y'all talk? Okay.
Oh.
So did you not see any of the pictures?
No, I didn't even know any of that was going on.
Man,
I didn't even know
pictures.
they had that here in Georgia, because I mean, it's not like it's recreationally legal.
I'm gonna take you to one female's page that I know.
So,
but look, I mean, they were standing in the rain and they didn't care.
So where did this take place at? What,
in Atlanta?
What, like the park, like Piedmont Park?
I don't know what exactly. I will have to go to a different page. Look, you can see all the rain in the background.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at the mud puddles.
They're dancing in mud puddles, barefooted.
Yeah.
I was trying to find. There's a picture of ponchos where everybody's standing in the pouring down rain, but that's on another person's page. Let me go to that person's page.
Yeah, because I mean, it rained pretty hard. What, Friday night, and then again on Saturday night for a little bit, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Well,
I mean, the problem
Friday.
is Atlanta. We don't know Atlanta's weather. We do know that just because it rains in one place doesn't mean that it rains everywhere. We've learned that already.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Like, look at the fog in that picture. Hold on, let me look at that fog. And then look right there. You see the fog in one picture and the moon's in the other. You'd swear. And look, you can tell that's the female and that's the men, because look at the nice plump roundness of that one. And look at the, oh my God, what are these dudes thinking in that picture?
Yeah.
But look at the ponchos. I mean, it's
Yeah,
raining.
It's raining good. And then look at that one. Look at the little bit of the smoke that's
Well,
in the
is
air.
that smoke or is that fog?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah,
But isn't that funny?
that's pretty neat. That I mean, I
Look
had
at all
no
that in the
idea that they
background.
did that here. Yeah,
And look what's in his
that's
hand. That's either a shot glass or a joint because you can tell by the way he's holding his hand.
And none of these people get arrested when this is going on.
Well, it's like any concert. How are you gonna arrest?
Everybody?
Yeah, how are you gonna arrest everybody?
Huh?
I mean, if the concert's playing and there's, I mean, come on, how many concerts have you been to and go, I smell weed, I smell weed. Look at that
Oh.
picture right there. Nothing but mud.
Oh yeah, when we went to
So wherever that might have been grass, it's not
Yeah.
grass anymore.
But yeah, we went to Kiss, and it was at Phillips Arena, and we were sitting there. You know, we were in our seats, and all of a sudden, the smell was just so overwhelming.
That
it wasn't
looks
even
like
funny.
it was Centennial Park.
Huh?
Snoop D-O double G.
Oh
They're saying that's who's playing right there.
wow!
But look, that is no grass in that spot anymore.
Yeah.
So
I
let's
had
see if
no
we can
idea.
find a picture of Centennial Park after
Because it's
this.
got to wherever it is close to where the Ferris wheel
That's
is.
well, that's why I say it's got to be
Yeah.
Centennial Park. I'm pretty sure that's where it was.
Huh.
Let's find out.
That's pretty neat. Now, I'm glad to see that they turned Centennial Park into a concert venue also. Because usually during the summertime, they have free concerts, like every Friday night, I think. Check and see if they still do that.
I don't know.
So,
All right, so here it is, Sweetwater 420 Festival, Atlanta, Georgia. I'm just gonna
and
click.
5K race. Can you imagine seeing a bunch of
All the stoners running in
Running.
circles. Is that what you're trying to say, Stephanie?
yes.
I really don't have a problem with a stoner because a stoner has never robbed anybody that I'm
That's-
aware of. I mean,
yeah, that's
they robbed
true.
each other maybe, but I mean, I don't see potheads. Hey man, can you see this outside of Walmart? Hey man, give me all your money. A meth head, on the other hand,
Let me figure out how you use this gun.
that's right. Hey, stand still, man. I can't aim the gun at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Centennial Olympic Park.
Wow. So
And look who played
311?
Snoop Dogg, 311, Primus. Have no idea. Cage the Elephant. I have no idea who they are.
Cage the I've heard of them.
Well, okay.
Slightly Stupid. That's a good name.
For
and
you,
Jacob, if that's the band that
the
you were trying to
Floozies.
get to,
Your cousins played there.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to insult them. Because Jacob said there was a band that played there that he was actually trying to get to stop by on their way.
I
as
want to
they're
see.
leaving.
I want to see the after effects.
Yeah.
You know, after effects.
Yeah, because that's another thing, Jacob. Are they even awake this morning? And that was all weekend. That's a 2-day thing. That's pretty cool.
All right, so I typed in after effects of Sweetwater Festival, Atlanta. Of course, you know, you don't know that you're going to see any after effects because nobody wants you to know that it was. Holy cow! Okay, anybody that's
Oh my
watching video,
gosh.
I'm going to change the YouTube over to what we're looking at. Look at this picture right here. That was
Wow.
a grassy area. That was Centennial Olympic Park. Good gosh almighty.
Mm-mm-mm.
Look at that. Just dancing in the mud.
Mm-mm-mm. That's crazy.
You know, but that's any festival. Don't get me wrong. Any festival, you know, I'm not going to say it's 420. Any festival where there's going to be rain
Yeah.
and you're going to have that many people standing, that's what's going to happen. But I bet you all the businesses are looking out their windows right now going, oh my God. And unfortunately, they're probably going to blame it on 420. And it has nothing to do with that. It was just a festival. It just so happened to rain. It just so happened this took place just so
Yeah.
happened. Has nothing to do with 420 itself. It just has to do with, holy cow, it rained for 3 days.
And Cage the Elephant, they're the people that sing that song, Ain't No Rest for the Wicked.
See, I thought that looked familiar because I
Yeah.
play Ain't No Rest for the Wicked.
Yeah, that's a bad song. Bad as in good.
Thank you. I was like, really?
I should have
was
said that's a
funny.
bad to the bone song. Yeah. But I'm surprised that they were here. That's pretty cool, all the lineup that they did have, all the bands that they had.
Apparently, it was a good thing. Well, you can tell it's Monday.
The band that Jacob was talking to try to get in here, and they were going to come, but we were supposed to have the wrestlers in this morning, but something came up with Jagged. He says he couldn't get off work, but we all know the truth behind that. He's still scared of AJ.
Hey, yeah, that could be it.
And so
Blame it on something you can't control, like work.
Yeah, exactly. Easy out there. But we're trying to get them in because they have their big wrestling event May 2nd. And
May what?
May 2nd.
Second.
May number 2.
Oh my God. May 2nd.
May 2. and so we're trying to get them in, before Scotty has to go out of town, because of course he wants to be involved with that. He wants to meet AJ and meet Mr. Charles, because he hasn't had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Charles yet. And we're working on that. We'll get him in before. And so because of that, Jacob canceled a band that was supposed to come in, and now he's trying to get a hold of him again. And they played the 420, but their name is Screaming for Silence.
Kind of a cool name. Sounds like something you'd hear in a poem.
Yeah. Yeah. So I wonder what kind of music they play, because
they play real quiet stuff.
Well, that lineup that they had,
okay.
That lineup that they had for the 420, that was a very
Pretty
versatile
good
versatile lineup.
You had the Snoop Deal Double G.
Yeah, and then you had Cage the Elephant, which we know their style of music. Then you had 311.
Yes. I like 311. I like the bass player. I'm gonna play some of that. I was actually fixing to play the Cage.
Yeah, and
but I'm in a 311 sort of move. All mixed up is sorry, I can't get my mouth like a minute ago. I said Snoop Deal Double G instead of Double D. I'm just running. It's a Monday.
Yeah. Well, you had a
I gotta go see Karen and get my insurance. I got to get my insurance fixed.
Yeah, you got to get that done.
Let me tell you something. I got to get these people as sponsors. For everybody listening, you need to contact us, because Karen was able to get my insurance down. What did she say? It's $225 a month now?
Yes, for 3 vehicles.
And it was up above $300 a month, and she's got it down to $225.
And two of the vehicles is full coverage.
Yes.
So
my wife's car alone with Liberty Mutual is $175 a month for just my wife's car. $175 a month. So she now, just my wife's car, $175 a month. That's what I'm saying. Between all 3 cars, mine was like $125 a month, or right at $1 a month. My wife's was $175. And then we have a PT Cruiser too that we jet around in, and all of that together puts me at that $325 to $375, if I remember correctly. I mean, I can't even remember all the numbers, but all I can tell you is the fact that it's gonna be under $300 is awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to her about getting, because right now, I had to get insurance like ASAP because I had to go get my tag and everything. So I just went to the cheapest place I could find at the time. And I'm not real happy with what I might have, what coverage I might have, because my van, I know it's not too much to look at, but it's a lift van, and that's how we get Ashley around.
Right.
And I always usually like to carry full coverage on it.
You should. And you need to make sure they know what's in it. So if something goes wrong, because let me tell you, I went with Southern General, I went with Esquire back in 95 area, because at the time I had some speeding tickets. But then they were just so easy to work with and pay.
Yeah.
You know, I would drive down here every month. I don't like mailing stuff. I
No.
want to know, because I've had a problem with a license got suspended one time because I mailed something. So I would once a month drive to Conyers, pay my insurance, get a receipt. I knew my stuff was taken care of. So I stayed with them. And they had me with Southern General, and they swapped me once or twice with different companies that they took care of. But then I found out that Esquire themselves, because Esquire themselves are considered a high-risk insurance people, that it was actually more expensive than I knew. But at the time, I was keeping just liabilities on cars. So it was like $30 a car.
Yeah.
And I had a car, a truck. Actually, it was 3 trucks, the Explorer and 2 trucks. So it was 3. So it was like $90 a month, and I was just keeping a liability on it. Well, then when I got the van, I changed up a little bit, and I wanted full coverage. Well, they quoted me a price, and I'm like, holy lumberjacks, Batman, what the halo? I could hear wha-pow right in the back of my, somebody Mike Tyson to me or something, because I was in shock. So I left to go to Liberty Mutual. My buddy Frank taught me into going to Liberty Mutual. The funny is, a couple of months into it, I called him one day. I was like, man, I got Liberty, and I mean, I'm pretty satisfied. And he screams into the phone, oh my God, I left them. They screwed me over. And I'm like, really? I was with this insurance company from 1996 until like 2012, 2013. You convinced me to leave this company. And now we've been watching our monthly bills go up with no explanation. The ironic part is on the news about a year ago, and it's happened several times over the last year, we keep hearing that Liberty Mutual this, Liberty Mutual that they're raising their rates, and there was another company,
State Farm. But
these two were the two that were doing it the most.
Yes.
Like Liberty is, I believe, the one that either Liberty or State Farm, one or the other, I can't remember, had the highest amount of going up.
I think it was State Farm.
So, with that all being said, Nationwide is on your side.
And
so let me tell you something. I'm changing to Nationwide. I'm going to see Miss Karen here in just a little while, because if she can save me $75 to $100 a month, come on, people, a month. And I'm not, and these aren't even sponsors of mine. I'm telling you, these people do not pay me nothing. But I'm fixing to go over there and switch in just a little while. She came to see us Saturday at this event at Harley. And she said, Scotty, you got to hurry up. Your insurance renews on Friday. You need to come see me and get switched over before Liberty just goes ahead and updates you. And when she told me the amount, I'm like, look, I don't have time for all this, blah, 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 blah. How much am I saving? She goes, well, you're paying $3 something. And I went, and she says, I'm going to have you at $225. I'm like, I'll see you Monday. That's all I needed to know. She said, I don't even have to come in. I don't even have to sign nothing. I could call them over the phone and make the switch. So I'm telling you, anybody that needs to know anything about insurance, you need to contact us, because if she could even save me $50 a month, $30 a month, $30 a month is a gym membership. $30 a month is one tank of gas. $30 a month is a phone bill. $30 a month, it could be anything. It could be taking your wife to dinner. $30 a month times 12 months.
That's one.
Do I really need you to count on your
of Bud Light?
Jesus Christ. If you were Mexican, I could see you trying to say the changeover of dollars to pesos. You just redneckinized it. That's 130 pack of Bud Light. Holy, I need you to tell me what's the currency of a $100 bill equivalent to in redneckinese.
3 30 packs.
Oh
of Bud
my
Light.
God, Stephanie.
And 4 6-packs of Bud Ice Tall Boys.
Jesus Christ, how do you know that information?
A 6-pack of Bud
I can't
Ice.
get you to do some of the stuff around the radio station, but you can translate a $100 bill into redneck currency. Holy cow. Is everybody listening to this crap? I could ask you what your power bill last month was, or the month before that, you probably couldn't tell me accurately. But boy, I ask you about a $100 bill, you can tell me exactly how to spend it at the liquor store, or better yet, Valero.
Oh yeah. Now at the liquor store,
Oh
that's
yes,
different.
let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Because at the liquor store, that's when you can add the Jaeger in on it. You can you can get.
Is anybody watching this on video? I wish the camera was right on her face and you could have seen the look on her face when the wheels in the bus go round and round. Like she's actually telling me, like, funny Steph, stop. She's pointing out exactly. Let's hear this again. So at the liquor store.
You can at the liquor store you can get the big bottle.
Hold on a minute.
Jaeger.
I'm trying to tell people how to save money on insurance. DJ Scotty here, trying to save you and put more money in your pocket for you and your family. Steph here, trying to tell you how to spend your money properly between the gas station and the liquor store. And don't forget, if you save 99 cents, you can get 3 packs of macaroni and cheese right there at the Ingles. Go ahead,
No,
ma'am.
there's 75 cents at Kroger.
What is?
The
mac and cheese? Jesus Christ. Just keep going with the liquor at the liquor store.
Okay, you can get the big bottle of Jaeger
We're talking about for $100 bill.
for $100 bill.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get a big bottle of Jaeger. You can get a 30 pack of Bud Light, and then about 4 or 5 Monsters to go with the Jaeger. Yeah.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
if there's some
Steph,
left over,
just
they have
Steph.
they have the little 99 cent, the little 99 cent liquors that you can try the different liquors.
Now I call those, because being a past alcoholic, I tell people that the sample bottles, the bottles up next to the register, when you're leaving a grocery store, the Walmart or Kroger, they've got the little cooler there where you can get the 20-ounce Coke and a Snickers and like a pack of gum and breath mints or whatever. That's your to-go stuff. When they put you a small bottle there, that's your to-go bottle.
Yeah.
Because as an absolute drinker back in the day, I found that the trial bottles, those little travel bottles of Absolute and Grey Goose, if you kept a 20-ounce ginger ale or Sprite in your vehicle and you kept 10 or 15 of those in your armrest, anywhere you needed a drink, you had a drink. I knew I went too far, though, when I was sitting at the table about this length at the Golden Corral with my grandmother and my dad, brothers, stepmom, sister, kids, grandma.
And you're mixing.
And I grab my orange juice from my table and I walk out to the Dodge Ram, the big truck.
Yeah.
And I open that big arm console and I mix. It was either Grey Goose or Absolute right in my orange juice. And I walked right back in and sat back down at the table and was eating sausage patties, cheese, eggs, and a straw in my orange juice. And my dad walks over and leans down and says, "Boy, I think you went a little too far this time." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He says, "We can smell the vodka in your orange juice and you're sitting next to your grandmother."
Oh my gosh.
That's when you know you got a drinking problem right there.
Yeah.
That was the indication when grandma looks at you. Now, Stephanie's grandma would have been like, "Can I get a sip?" But,
Oh, no.
But anyways, let's go back. So your $100 bill. So exactly, I went off the deep end. So your $100 bill at the liquor store gets that. What does your $100 get you at Valero?
At Valero?
Instead of being gas, what does it get you with beer? I'm telling you, watching her eyes right now is like watching a Wall Street guy telling you how to buy stock.
Roughly 3 30 packs. Yeah. And then some snack food. Because, you get the drunk munchies.
And she's not even laughing. Now she is, because I'm making fun of her. But it's like she's straight faced telling me.
Yeah, you did.
Like
get the
if I call David, my guy from Edward Jones, and ask him about buying some Apple stock or selling some petroleum stock, he talks to me. I'm not going to say the same way you just did, but the seriousness in which you said it, the accuracy in which you were speaking, it's kind of funny. I'm blown away your husband's not chimed in. Honestly, I'm blown away. Apparently, he's not listening.
Well, I know he's headed back out of town, so it might be hard for him to text.
That was hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious. We ought to just do a segment with Steph.
Oh, excuse me.
Called Shopping with Stephanie.
Excuse me. He just corrected me. He said it would be 4 30 packs and snacks.
I don't know what's worse. The
Or
fact that
snorters.
you know or the fact that he corrected you. I don't know what's worse. I mean, truthfully, him correcting you, is that worse or better? Is that hey, you know, a family that drinks together stays together, at least till the domestic violence charge and the TPO's put in. She has no comment to that one. All she can do is laugh.
I was just thinking about the fact of us mud wrestling in the mud hole.
Oh my God, that was Saturday. We're gonna have to come back to that.
He was the only one that went through the mud on Saturday, and then he got it all over my 4-wheeler.
Okay, save it. Let's shoot off to the sports with Brad. Let's do the sports and then shoot off to a commercial. We'll be right back. Everybody's just fine in the morning. Let me tell you, can you believe all this is happening? I can't.
Good morning, Just for Funners, and yes, it is Monday, but be blessed with what you got and put a smile on your face. This is your Coach's Corner with Brad Johnson. Howdy to the crew in the studio. Hope y'all are doing well this morning. Bravos get a 5-2 win over Toronto yesterday afternoon up north. Shelby Miller with the win. Jason Grilly comes in. His Twitter is Grilled Cheese 49. And yes, Jason Grilly bringing the cheese. He gets his 6th save to lead the majors yesterday. That is after suffering a 6-5 loss on Saturday, which the bullpen kind of let that one go. We could have swept Toronto this weekend, but we took 2 out of 3. That's going to put us in second place. We'll be off today. The Bravos will be in New York to take on the Mets tomorrow. The first place Mets. Oh, that makes me want to throw up in my mouth a little bit. But the Mets are 11-3. The Bravos are a game and a half back. That series will get started again tomorrow. Yesterday at the Highlight Factory, the first round playoff series, your Atlanta Hawks versus Brooklyn Nets. The Hawks do come away with a 99-92 victory. Got up big in that game. Pace of the game slowed down. Nets come back in, but again, 99-92 to take that 1-0 series lead. Kyle Korver was a bright spot with 21 points and 5 threes yesterday. Al Horford goes out late with a dislocated pinky, but x-rays are negative. He actually came back into the game yesterday. And poor Paul Millsap still suffering with that shoulder. He was only 2 of 11 yesterday, but we'll get him back on track. And game 2 in that series will get going at the Highlight Factory on Wednesday. Also, your winners in the NBA first-round games were Cleveland over Boston, Memphis over Portland, and the Clippers take down the Spurs yesterday. The rain-delayed 45-hour-long Bristol race, Food City 500 in Bristol, Tennessee. Yesterday, your winner is Matt Kenseth. So there you go, folks. That has been your Coach's Corner with Brad Johnson. Everybody have a great and safe day. And we will bring this back at you tomorrow. So, again, when you do it just for fun, if you would, please. We'll see you.
All right, everybody. That was the Coach's Corner with Brad Johnson. Let me tell you something. You know, we think Joey the Voice is a good guy. Don't get me wrong. I know he's listening, so I'll pick it up a little bit. So, like we know Brad's an awesome guy.
Yeah.
Military Mike has even said on the radio, I'm supposed to be a jerk. Well, not really, but the character, he's trying to be the funny guy. And we love Mike, but he is playing a character a little bit. I mean, Mike by himself is a character. Me and Joey has been places with Mike. I'm promising you he is a character.
Oh, yeah.
But Brad is just such a super all-around guy. Like, I was somewhere a couple weekends ago, and literally people are walking up to me going, I didn't know you knew Brad. Oh, my God, I've known him since he was a kid. And not one complaint. Like, I'm sure if my friends walked up, they could just start naming horror stories about me. Joey the Voice, people can probably name horror stories about him. I know they can about you.
Oh, yeah.
The fact is nobody's got a horror story about Brad. Like, he's always been this super good guy. He is almost such a super clean, good guy. I'm like, what is he doing slumming it with us? Why is Brad slumming it and hanging out with us? I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Yeah, because I've even had people that went to school with him that have came to me that I'm friends with, and they asked me, "Well, how do you know Brad?" I
Mhm.
said, the radio station.
And his nickname is Dirty.
Yeah.
Now, if you're the good guy, how the hell do you get named Dirty unless it's kind of like calling a fat guy Slim and calling a short guy Tall or Stretch or, I don't know. It's just funny. All right, let's shoot off the commercial, everybody. We'll be right back. I got some 311 coming. I just love the way the bass player plays in this song. We'll be right back, everybody.
Okay. I found what I was looking for. It's the list of who won what.
What?
The list of who won what. Seems like they gave him way more awards than. Seems like they did more than.
I don't know what
awards.
you're talking about. What are you talking about?
The
I'm like
Country
listening to you
Music
mumble
Awards.
over there, and I'm like, what is it that you're even talking about?
It's only showing 11, but it says that it's the complete list.
What?
11 awards.
Oh, of what happened last night?
Yeah. But now they did give the what the hell did they call them? Angie says she loves Brad and Joey the boys.
Such a great song, y'all. Keep listening. And let go of yourself. Watch me now. And anybody watching the video can't hear the songs or like, what in the hell are they bobbing their head like that? You only wish you knew.
Be crazy.
Listen, here it is. All right, that's all I can play because YouTube will be having my butt in a sling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funny because I know I say this, but you never know when you have new listeners or new viewers or however you want to word it. And even though the radio station, I pay royalties, YouTube and I don't have a contract. YouTube isn't paying any of any royalties, so therefore they can't. So it's not that, it's not that I'm pissing them off or any of that kind of stuff. It's just strictly legalities because we don't have a contract like that. Then I don't get in trouble, they don't get in trouble, and everybody's happy. Just saying. I was trying to look up something and I got lost and I don't know what the hell I was looking at. Ooh, we got to go back live. What about it? I know he was there. What about it?
How he looks.
He's old.
Well, he had that stroke.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years after suffering a stroke. Heath will be here in 5 minutes, he said. Oh, yeah, Steven Tyler was there last night, too.
You know why?
He was given, I think he introduced the Entertainer of the Year.
All right, here we go. How about this? Steph doesn't even know this. Do you know that Steven Tyler is fixing to start putting out some country music?
No way.
Steph's like, yeah, Steven Tyler was there last night, too. I said, do you know why?
Well, why not? Kid Rock did it. But
Sebastian Bach tried.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah. They used to be Big and Rich.
Yes.
Rich
They were there last night.
Rich had a show on the Nashville network or CNT maybe. Bobby Brown was on it. All sorts of people were on it, and they were trying to become country music singers. They were having to write and everything else. Sebastian Bach actually won and did like 2 country songs, and it never really went anywhere. He was trying to cross it because, no offense to Sebastian Bach, but his time with metal has come and gone.
Yeah.
So he was trying to branch out to do other stuff. You know, Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Hootie and the country music now is what
Hootie was.
What rock was then.
Yeah.
So for him to change, he didn't change.
Right.
Our music changed. He didn't.
He just added more.
He changed musical instruments.
Yeah, more guitarists.
And changed his lyrics.
Yeah.
That's all he's done.
Yeah, because
I told you I saw him when we were in Nashville, didn't I?
Yes, you did. When we were at
we were in that bar. All y'all were standing around talking, and we're in this bar. Nothing but white people. Nothing but white people. One black guy walking around. And I kept looking at this black guy going, why does this guy look so familiar? And I just kept looking, and I kept looking, and I kept looking. And then one time he kind of turned and smiled, and he didn't give me the wink, but you could tell he was like, he knew I knew. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, it's Darius. And he's standing right here with us, and nobody has noticed the one black guy standing in the bar. One black guy in the whole bar.
Leave it to some rednecks.
And I'm the one staring at him. Nobody else has figured it out. And it's not that I was staring at him because he was the one black guy. I was staring at him because I was like, why does this guy look so familiar? And it's not like he was easy, you know, it's not like he wasn't easy to spot because he was the only black guy in the bar. You know what I mean? So that's all I was trying to say. Just for fun in the morning.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
And this is Just for Fun Radio.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is.
Where y'all located at?
I'm in Conyers.
Where are you in Conyers?
I'm not going to tell somebody over the phone where my house is. I can't do that. Oh, he just hung up on me. I can't tell nobody exactly how to find me. I'd have every crazy person there is coming by my house.
Yeah.
I mean, I've already had death threats.
Yeah.
I mean, I've already had people already go, I know where you live. Well, no crap. There's a bus in the yard. I can't hide. I know where you live. I know there's thousands of people that know where I live, but I'm not just going to say it over the air.
Yeah. No. No.
And I mean, no disrespect to the caller. I really don't, but I'm not just going to tell anybody over the radio how to find me. If you want to find me, you got to work for it. I ain't giving out my address over the radio.
Yeah, and we don't just give it out to anybody. And I don't mean no disrespect either, because while this is the radio station, this is also Scotty's.
That's still
home.
my house.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, you know, it's no bad to anybody, but I mean, dude, I had when we were feeding the homeless, I had some people basically tell me, why am I doing it? Why am I, it's not your place. It's not your place to take care of them. It's their fault. It's their fault. Well, some of them have some mental issues, and that's not their fault either. You know, some people just get stuck in a bad situation. So it may not be their fault why they're homeless. Some of them may just have some problems. But my whole point in this conversation is I can't just tell everybody where I live either.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy. I was somewhere the other day. Oh, I was at my doctor's office. So I'm standing in there talking to the doctor, and in the middle of the conversation, he says, hey, where do you live? And I looked at him. I said, it's on my paperwork. He said, no, I didn't. And of course, he's foreign. He's like, no, I don't mean it like that. You got the big black bus. I'm like, yes. He goes, oh, I drive past your house all the time.
Yeah, my doctor, because
it's funny. He's like, I drive by your house all the time. And then the people from the school my daughter went to, they drive by the house all the time. There's a car shop over there off Salem Road that when I just happened to be in there one day speaking to the owner, they're like, oh, yeah, I drive by your house all the time. It's so funny how many people say, oh, I know where you live.
Uh-huh.
The bad thing is that they've driven past it 100,000 times and never noticed this big black bus.
Yeah, Ashley's
All of a
teachers.
sudden, they noticed this big black bus.
Yep. And my doctor, I had my shirt on one day when I had a doctor's appointment, and he said, I think I know where that is. Is there a bus in the yard? It's like, yeah. You can't help but see the bus.
Well, how
He's
about
like,
this?
oh, yeah, I drive by there all the time.
Somebody said something to me the other day. They said, man, I didn't know Dustin Bragg's got a bus. I went, excuse me? They said, Dustin must be doing good. I was driving down the road the other day. I saw his bus. And I went, you saw Dustin's bus? He's like, yeah. I said, I don't think Dustin has a bus. And he's like, yeah, it's in Conyers. And I was like, no. He's like, well, it had Dustin's name right there on the back. I said, come on, fool. That is my bus. Come on, man. Did you not look at any other? No, I saw Dustin. And I'm like, oh, my God. Then I almost wish I wouldn't have told the guy it was mine. I would have rather have just thought it was Dustin's.
Yeah,
because now he's like, hey, I know where you live.
Yeah, because then he would have thought that this was Dustin's grandparents' house or something, even though
which
they
is only just a couple doors down, right?
Yeah, right around.
How about this? I go into Rock City Cycles the other day, and there's a new guy working there that has no idea who I am, and so I'm walking in, and it's not that I got a big head or anything, but it just blows my mind when I go places. I'll get into this conversation in just a second. So I go in, and as I start to walk in, I said, hey, where's Tim? And he said, oh, he's sitting in his office. And I said, oh, that no good bastard. And I was being funny. And he goes, hey, man, there's a woman in there. You need to watch your mouth. That kind of, that he did. I don't know that's word for word what he said, but that's what he tried to say. And I look over and I said, that's no woman. That's the woman. And the guy didn't know what to say. And it was Kathy Bragg's mom.
Oh, wow.
So one of Kathy's sons was buying a motorcycle that they were selling. So I was just like, that's no woman. That's the woman. And I walked in and hugged her. And then you could just see that dude's face like, oh, I didn't know you knew her. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah. But it kind of goes back to you don't know who I am, apparently. And I'm not trying to have that I'm not trying to be big-headed about that. But, and I don't mean disrespect for this guy, but you're working at a motorcycle shop. No matter who I am, I'm still a customer.
Be respectful.
You should treat me no differently than you did that female. You know, if I walked in with $10,000 in my pocket, you'd be nice to me. If I walked in with $10 in my pocket, you're still supposed to be nice to me.
Mm-hmm.
So no offense to this gentleman, in case they're listening, but customer service. How about customer service? And we'll talk about Charlie.
Charlie
from Harley. The salesman.
Oh, yeah.
Who has forever made an impression on me. Charlie from Falcon Fury. If you need to go see somebody about buying a bike, go see Charlie. He made like the first time I met Charlie, I didn't really get a good vibe off of him. We didn't, they say first impressions, is how people judge you. So the first time we met, it was kind of off a little bit, but it's because me and Mikey were sitting there. Mikey works there. He's the sales manager. We're back and forth. And then this guy, Charlie, walks up to ask me a question. And of course we I'm not going to say clashed, but it's because he didn't know me. And I think maybe I might've taken what he said wrong. So I'm not going to say he did something wrong. I may have just taken it wrong. But then when we're there Saturday, he comes out there and, hey, can I sit down? And then it's like, hey, can I smoke? And I'm like, dude, you can smoke all you want,
What you smoking?
Yeah, smart ass. So he sits down and just has a great conversation. And then Brett Blankenship, the other part of the Blankenships, the good one. I know Tubby's probably laughing at that one. JB's brother, he came out there and they all sat and talked for a minute. But Charlie
works there?
Yeah. JB doesn't.
Well, I knew JB
His brother
didn't.
His brother's the dude with the long hair that we talked with all day long.
Oh, Oh,
The little beard,
yeah,
little
gotcha.
razor 5 days. You know, Don Johnson kind of beard. Had the long hair. You never put. He looks like JB. How did you not even?
No, he doesn't.
Are you trying to say he looks good or looks bad? What are you trying to say when you're
No.
comparing him to JB, Stephanie? What are you trying to say?
I'm shutting up now.
Are
That's
you
what
trying
I'm
to say that he's the
say.
better looking brother or he's not
No.
the better looking brother?
They both look nice.
I just loved when I said, are you trying to say he's the better looking brother? She's like, no. So what are you trying to say, Steph?
They both look nice. They have
They're
own,
opposites.
Yes, they have their own look.
Okay.
Yes.
Because JB
So-
might be listening. JB's brother might be listening. I love how you are trying to
Me not
backpedal
say
that one.
nothing. Hey, Heath, how are you doing this morning?
This is too
Good
funny.
morning, y'all.
That is too funny. Stephanie, are you trying to say he's the good looking brother? No. Oh my God, Steph, you could just
I did not mean it like that.
just put salt on an already
open wound.
open wound that you just cut. And you did it with a spork, that plastic fork from Taco Bell.
Did it with a dull butter knife.
That's right. So what did you have? I know we were on different conversations. We were bouncing back and forth. What else was
Oh
you?
well, we were talking about the.
Tell me.
ACM.
Well, I want to know about the whole mud thing. When we went to break, you started to talk about the mud thing.
Oh,
Because I know at the very beginning of the show, we made the joke that you woke up not knowing what you did the night before.
oh, I knew what I did. I didn't know how I got the mud all over me because I.
Then
didn't
that
go in the
means you
mud
didn't
hole.
know what you did. Duh.
Well, I didn't put two and two together that Travis took it through every blame mud hole that there was
So
to
you were-
possibly take it.
So you
through.
were slightly intoxicated on a 4-wheeler,
Yes.
and you woke up with mud the next morning.
But I only rode the 4-wheeler from my house.
This ain't
To
a trial. I
was.
love that.
So,
But
you know,
but
yeah, but
but you rode a 4-wheeler.
You know,
You
a
wake
man
up with
got-
mud, and you can't figure out how you got mud on you.
a man got arrested for being on a horse drunk. I don't want to get arrested for being on a 4-wheeler drunk.
Well, you were a passenger.
You are the redneck, you know. George
Yeah.
Jones
Um,
got a DUI and got arrested for riding lawnmower. So
Yeah, no, actually, I was the driver, except
There
for when
you go.
Travis.
Well, there goes the DUI. I was
Like
trying to
I
get you
said.
out of.
like I said, George Jones got one with a riding lawnmower.
I was trying to be like, well, you were the passenger. No, I was the driver. Okay, Steph, good shot there. Good shot.
Go ahead and
But
incriminate
he-
yourself
And-
on public where
Yeah.
it's recorded.
And at one point, you did cross a county road
Yeah,
to get home
yeah.
drunk
No, I
as
went
the
through
driver.
Operating a motor vehicle at that.
No, I went through the mud. I went through the back of the trail and then went up through the neighbors' yards. I never hit the street.
So you crossed like 5 neighbors' yards.
Yes, they don't care.
Because that's so much better than going across a county road.
I'm
If I mean, you what?
That's
if you was
5
trying to-
property lines.
on
You're going through
public property. I
you're
mean,
going
I
through
was
the-
on private property.
You're going through the neighbor's yards, trying to avoid getting the cops called. So let me go over here and tear my neighbor's grass up.
No, I didn't tear the grass up.
Good Lord. You just never cease to amaze me.
She doesn't think. Is she? Wait a minute. Never mind.
So what else
But-
you got?
but
Stephanie,
he-
do you have the ability to think?
Yes,
Okay.
but
Dude, did you listen to the show a little while ago?
No, when I was coming
She
in, I
can
was
give
on
you-
the phone doing other things.
If you were trying to figure out your account, you're like, I got enough money to pay my water bill and my power bill. And then I think I got a few dollars left for gas. Stephanie, on the other hand, just could tell us exactly what you could buy for $100 at the liquor store. I mean, down to like having enough money to buy a bag of peanuts. That kind of exact numbers.
Hmm.
And I never,
If I still drank, that would be kind of impressive.
yeah, but I never knew that this brain of hers could process that. Like, if I needed to know how many dollars versus pesos, if I had to like do the translation between the two,
The conversion.
yeah. I mean, I was like that. I made a comment, and she could tell me what beer equivalent to in $100 bills. I didn't even know you had an app for that. There's a redneck app.
She was the one who wrote the app.
It's a redneck
Yeah.
app. How many beers can you get? If that was a question the elementary school asked you, how many beers can you get for $100? Well, my mama
gosh.
says, I could get this amount at the Valero, and then she She breaks it down to you can get how much Jaeger at the friggin' liquor store.
Wow.
Yeah, but you have to go.
Honestly, that's
That's pretty impressive. though.
Truthfully, that's pretty impressive.
It is, because that is Redneck Steph we're talking about.
But you got to go to Randy's because Randy's is cheaper than Honey Creek.
I don't know where Randy's is. Is that the one down next to the other gas station?
Well, seeing as I
Yes.
don't drink anymore, you could tell me 1,000 different liquor store names. I'll say, oh, okay, yeah, sure. And I ain't got a clue.
We just know the people that own Honey Creek, but
The fact of
Yeah.
the matter is, most of the time when somebody goes to the liquor store, it's like, I'm going to the corner liquor store. Nobody actually has a name.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
always,
well,
hey, I'm
Ran-
running to the beer store. Going to the
Right.
liquor store.
But they're like, we're going down to Randy's.
yeah.
Back in a minute.
Well, Randy's is actually the gas station, and then the liquor store is in the same store thing.
Yes.
The same little strip mall with it.
So what is it called?
But-
County Line Liquor or something like that?
Honestly, I don't know. I've just always referred to it as Randy.
It's the one that has the bars on the window.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy
Holy
cow,
my
look at
God.
JD's finger.
Whoa. I could've went
Oh
the
my
rest- I
gosh!
could have went the rest of my life without seeing that. Oh, jeez.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Just for Fun Radio.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning. We got to call JD.
Jacob.
That's disgusting.
That's painful. Just
What?
looking at it.
You need to see JD's finger. Apparently, he cut his finger
Oh.
pretty yucky. Ugh.
Oh my God.
Like, we just popped up Facebook and there it was. Look, for anybody that wants to see it on YouTube, I'll show you.
Blech.
I forgot what I
I'm
was
not
going to say.
looking.
Yeah, we
Sorry.
forgot what we were going to say.
Yeah, that just
Damn it.
that
That just totally changed everything. Anybody's watching YouTube, watch this. We just happen to be scrolling. There's JD Spivey, who calls the show every
Ugh.
day. And it looks like I'm hoping I hope his fingertip's still there and it just peeled the skin off.
it looks like the tip of his finger's gone, and that's
Yeah.
the
Oh my
muscle.
God.
Oh, no.
I hope. Are you seeing this, Jacob? Good
That-
Lord.
yeah.
That just, if anybody was unsure if today was Monday or not, guess
That's
what?
Monday. Good
It's Monday
God.
morning.
Good God. Jacob
I'm
for
not
Tulsa,
looking
you called
anymore.
for a reason other than to talk about the chicken fingers here.
Man, I forgot. I don't remember why I called now.
Good Monday morning.
Because I'm a good person.
Well, you can always
I'm a good
call back
person.
when you figure it out, of course.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't mentioned earlier when you guys were talking about Joey the voice and
Oh.
Brad.
Did you want to be mentioned?
Yes. Where's the love, man?
Well,
We love our guru.
we weren't trying to compare apples.
Holy moly.
We
Now I
weren't,
see the picture.
we weren't trying to compare apples to oranges, but if you wanted to compare apples, oranges to avocados, we could throw you in there.
Oh, orale.
Honest.
Hey, speaking of which, I meant to ask you. So, what'd you get with your $5?
My $5. Oh, Mountain Dew.
For
We are so lost, Steph.
Jacob
oh, yeah.
was.
This was
Well, tell him, Jacob.
Tell the story. No, you tell him, Steph.
Jacob was going to get his son off of the bus, and he went a different way than he usually goes. And somebody came up to him and gave him $5. I guess, like he said, they thought he
Yeah,
was
he reached right out of
homeless.
his truck window and passed me a $5 bill.
And so,
He's like, "Here you go." I was like, "Okay, thanks."
and he was poking fun and making fun that he was going to go get tacos.
Tacos.
Get it.
Let me
Viva
tell
Rio,
you.
man.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. So Steph knows what the equivalent. We're at 9:04. I got to be clean about this as the best I can. So Steph knows the equivalency and currency when it comes to dollar bills and beer. Well, I found out. God, I almost said the hard way, but I don't want to use the word hard in this conversation.
Oh.
So
That's what she said.
apparently, a friend of ours that has a business in Old Town Conyers was parking her vehicle and saw this old guy who she sees park in the same area, and he's like 70-ish. So she pulls up, and as she's getting now, Heath, keep looking. You see how close we are?
Uh-huh.
Now imagine the width of a Tahoe that she's driving.
Okay.
And then what? 2 or 3 feet from her door to his door. And then maybe what? Another foot to his face. So we're staying what? 10 feet away, maybe.
15 feet away, maybe. Okay.
At the furthest 15.
Okay.
So She pulls up, she puts it in park. She happens to look to the right as she's getting her purse. And of course, like any woman, she's going to look and see what's in her
going on?
surrounding.
Yeah.
So she says, it looks like the guy's having a seizure. So she jumps out of her vehicle, runs over, gets ready to yank the door open, and notices the homeless blonde hair girl in his lap.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So apparently he wasn't having a seizure. Apparently he was having a homeless girl.
He was having
Um,
he was having a fun morning
So,
or fun afternoon.
and this was about 10 o'clock in the morning. And apparently that is equivalent to 2 tacos because he then took her across the street and bought her lunch.
Oh yeah.
So now,
Good score.
so now, you know, we all laugh about tacos. Because I'm like, if 2 tacos at that place gets you that, I can go get a 12-pack from Taco Bell. Imagine what I get for a 12-pack of tacos. Steph, do the translation.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Don't do the translation. Don't open your mouth. I just wanted to see the look on your face when I said that. All right. So
Hey, is that a mean bean Java Monster you're drinking there?
It's
I told
it's
you
the
they
mean
can
bean.
see.
It's the mean bean. Yeah. I tried.
Hey, I got one too.
I tried that. I like the mean bean. The better of the three original. That Loca Mocha stuff makes you pucker and want to kick somebody.
I like the Blue Monster.
Yeah, and you're cut off.
The sugar-free.
I'll never bring you another one
Why?
because you were.
Hell no.
You were not.
She needs 2 monsters a day.
Travis said he would buy me 1 pack if you got the other.
I don't think Steph's even been asleep since that day.
Me?
Have you even blinked
Yeah.
yet? Have you
Yeah.
blinked yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I crashed Saturday night at like 11:30.
Oh my God, you're getting old, Steph.
Well,
You're
the
going
first
You're going to bed with the rest of us old folks.
well, the first beer that I actually or the first beer that
I'm
I
out
had
by 9.
was I don't know, about 2:00, I guess, maybe at Harley, 2-3 o'clock, and then we got home.
So you were drinking on the
Hey,
job.
happy 420. What?
So was other people, and
Oh, yeah,
so I
happy
got
420. The media made us forget all about it, didn't they?
yeah. But then I got home and I took care of Ashley, got her in the bed because she was tired because we had to get up Saturday morning at like 6 o'clock, and then I guess it was about
Oh my God, I'm about to fall
5:30.
asleep.
5:30, I started
Sorry.
drinking. Bite me, Jacob.
Wow.
Sorry. Am I still on?
Yeah, I'm-
Yeah.
You're here.
and Steph still just blah. I mean, it's kind of funny listening to Steph explain her drunkenness.
Well, Jacob
Then
was
it
talking
got
to
started
me.
at 2:00 in the afternoon. And
No, I just had one at from after I had the one at Harley. I
handed her this
another one.
weird orange.
It was
something.
disgusting. It was disgusting.
Was it a lager? What is it? Ale?
No, it
An
was
aged
it was
ale?
it was just some
Oh, yeah.
new drink. I don't even know what it was.
That reminds me. I remember why I called in now.
Yeah, what'd you call
There you
in
go.
for?
It's about that video that girl did from England,
Oh,
out of
yeah,
England. Yeah.
What?
Have you seen it yet? She drank 2 beers and
No,
all the foam off the beer. Yeah.
nuh-uh. How'd that go?
She only made it to 2 and she spewed it
Oh, really? Now,
everywhere. It even came out of her nose.
well, hot dog.
Yeah.
That's
We
one-
need to get her to
That's
call in.
hilarious.
That's one-
She had a just for fun shirt on that she made.
Oh yeah.
Jacob sent
That's
me the
right.
video.
Oh, really?
Yes,
So, what did you contact her and ask her to?
Right.
and she
totally did.
says on the video that it's for just for fun radio.
How the hell did y'all let this happen and I didn't know about it?
Jacob,
Because that's the way we
Jacob's the
argue now. We
man.
like to aggravate the crap out of you.
Man, I can't believe this is taking place and nobody told me. This one's over here counting pennies at the beer store.
There's
Hey
beer
man, don't act like
involved.
you own the radio station. or something.
I know, right? Good Lord.
I thought when he sent it to me, he sent it to you too.
I don't know.
I did. You don't
I've
even
been.
know.
I was gonna say I've been so super damn busy.
Look at that. The boss doesn't get the important stuff.
Wow.
You're
the-
supposed to
it
call
it
me
gets
and
sent to- it
say
gets sent to the co-host lackey.
it's just you're supposed to call and go, "Hey, Jacob sent the video.
And I
You
mean
need to
that
go
with
watch it."
love.
Oh, just
Yeah, number
wait.
2.
Just wait till you see what Jacob and I are working on now.
Yeah, he just called you number 2.
I know.
Yeah, I don't even know. I'm still in the dark about it.
What I talked to you about Saturday.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind.
Somebody else
Sorry.
is calling, and I have no idea who it is. They'll have to hang on just a second.
All right, I'll let them get off here anyway.
Okay.
So.
All right. We'll see you here in a
Free
minute.
Suge Knight.
All right. Free Suge Knight.
Free Suge Knight.
Free
All right,
Suge.
bye. Have a good day.
All right. Later.
Bye.
Hello, just for fun.
Hey, Jagged Edge in the building.
No, they ended up not. You explain, Steph.
They ended up not being able to be in here today due to Jagged could not get off work. So-
He's just scared. Hey, the only reason he didn't show up was because he's scared of AJ. That's it, bro. He just don't want AJ to. You just tell him that he's scared of AJ. That's the only reason he didn't show up today.
Okay, who's this?
I'm a good friend of the doctor's.
Okay,
Dr. Brock.
Yes,
He's a nerd.
Dr.
He's a
Brock
nerd
is awesome.
anyway, so maybe he'll be back in there. When y'all gonna try to get it back on there?
We're in the process of figuring that out because we got to get him in before Scotty goes on vacation because Scotty wants to be here. So
Yeah.
we're in the process of getting
Yeah.
everything worked
That's the
out.
only reason he didn't want to face AJ because he's running scared. The doctor don't want none of AJ neither. Bye bye.
All right. Thanks for
Bye.
calling
Thanks
in.
for calling.
Yeah.
That was an awesome call.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, we got free Suge Knight. What can we do for Brock?
Hmm.
We did that at the same time.
Oh, we got to think about that one for Dr. Brock.
But I was talking to Dr. Brock yesterday, trying to get all this figured out, and I did not know that he goes all the way over. I believe he was in Dublin
Mm-hmm.
Saturday night,
Mm-hmm.
and I told him
What's in Dublin?
another wrestling,
Another
Pal.
promotion.
Isn't that
Yeah,
what?
I think it's Passion of Wrestling. I think.
Yeah, passion of wrestling. Yeah, and he was down there because he wanted me to look at a video, and I ended up dumb me.
Well,
She admits it.
I looked at the wrong video because he said there's a video on my timeline that I wanted you to see because we were talking about something else. And so I went and I checked out this video, and it was a video of when the girl from Lady Antebellum's bus caught on fire.
Mhm.
And she was
burning down the house. Oh, sorry.
burning down the bus. But she was talking about how everything was destroyed on the bus except for her Bible.
Yes, I was watching that.
That the Bible was the only thing that was not touched. And I thought that was the video that he wanted me to see. And so then we were talking about that because I've actually seen that in person twice.
I have to.
My brother caught his room on fire, and I mean, his room was gutted. Everything was destroyed. The stereo that was sitting on his chest,
The stereo.
the stereo, yes, that was-
Stereo.
that was sitting on his dresser was destroyed, melted. The Bible that was actually underneath one of the speakers, because he had, I don't know why, but he had one of the speakers sitting on the Bible, and the speaker had melted around the Bible. The Bible was not touched. And then my grandfather owned a mobile home park in Florida. There was one of the trailers that caught fire, completely gutted the trailer. Completely. I mean, it was destroyed. Walls were melted, except for the wall that they had in their living room that had a picture of Jesus on it. And then underneath it, they had a table set up that had the Bible on it. And none of that was touched. So, yeah, it was pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
I've seen that too. When I was a kid, I had a good friend of mine who lived in a mobile home. And I think it was like Christmas Day or the day after Christmas. They had a space heater in there that tipped over and burned their home down. And of course, mobile home went completely to the ground. The only thing that was left was the steel
frame,
the steel I-beams.
Yeah, and that's how
in my
this
friend's
one
room,
was.
where his room used to be, on his where his nightstand used to sit. He had his Sunday Bible, the one that he would carry to church with him when his parents took him to church, and he had it on the nightstand. Even the nightstand had been burnt to literally ashes.
Yeah,
And the Bible was sitting on top of a pile of ashes.
yeah,
And the Bible,
and not even framed, nothing.
The cover was a little bit charred and a little bit black, but otherwise undamaged.
Yeah.
How
it's
about
just
Waterhead's
weird.
house caught on fire? Some 12 gauges, some older ones that had the plastic stocks and stuff.
Mhm.
All the stocks melted, right? But then there was boxes of 12 gauge ammo.
Oh
some of
my
the
gosh.
some of the styrofoam started to melt, but nothing
Nothing went off?
went off.
Wow.
Oh my
How
gosh.
crazy is it? They were laying side by side,
That
and the
was a
stock
miracle.
of the 12 gauge melted, but the bullets didn't go off.
That was
Oh,
a miracle.
Another thing that
Not to take away from the Bible story, but
Right,
that's just
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
well, there was another thing in my brother's room that we were shocked didn't nothing happened to it, because it was sitting on the other speaker, and it was my brother was crazy about Freddy Krueger. He loved Freddy Krueger. So he had this little hand puppet that you filled it up with water. You know, you stuck your hand in it, you squeezed it, and it would squirt water at you.
Is it Freddy Krueger?
Yeah, it was Freddy Krueger, and it wasn't touched. And it's, you know, it was that latex, but it didn't melt or anything.
Because Freddy Krueger's already been
I
through
was
a
about to
fire.
say, he lives in the fire and brimstone.
That's right. He's already been there, done that.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't even tell. It wasn't blackened or anything. You could not tell that it had even been in a fire, and yet it was sitting on a speaker that had melted.
That is
And
hilarious.
so it's funny, yeah. But yeah, my brother caught his room on fire because he was, quote unquote, looking for something in his closet with an aerosol can and a lighter.
Mm-hmm.
He was looking for hell. Hell in a handbasket.
Well, that was kind of like when I was in high school. I had long hair then too, and I had a candle in my bathroom and I was spraying hairspray in my hair. You know, 80s big hair.
It was
Yeah.
Aquanet, wasn't
And-
it? Just go ahead and admit it. It
No,
was
wasn't
Aquanet.
Aqua, it was White Rain.
White
Oh,
rain.
yeah.
Come on, come on. We're in
on.
the South. It's
White-
White
Yeah,
Rain.
yeah.
White rain smelled better.
But anyways, I'd sprayed hairspray in my hair and was running my fingers through it, getting the big hair tease thing looking right, and I got my hand too close to that candle. And
Ooh.
there goes my hand. Oh!
Oh yeah.
And what was bad was I had a ring on my hand, and the only place that it registered a burn or blistered up was where that ring was, because the metal got hot.
Yeah, the metal got hot.
But the flames were actually on my skin, but the only place that got burned was the skin under my ring.
We used to light up the end of or take the Bic lighter
Please
and light
change
it
that.
up.
Thank you. Change
And
that.
I was looking to see if he posted anymore.
you know,
I'm listening to you, Steph.
if you got the lighter too hot, and then you put it on your hand or you put it on your
Yeah,
arm or
brand
whatever.
yourself.
Yeah,
Make a smiley face.
yeah. We used to do that. It was funny. But
I'm sorry. Self mutilation was never my thing. It wasn't funny. It wasn't entertaining. It was. Yeah.
only sometimes. We didn't do that all the time. Are you calling that?
No, I'm calling somebody else. Dum, ticka, dum, ticka, dum, 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 dum.
Because I was going to pull up this story after the call. That one. And they're not answering.
Well,
What's up?
hey, I heard this is JD Spivey on the phone. I heard y'all are running a chicken finger special this morning.
Chicken finger special this morning?
Yeah, I saw them. They was
Yeah.
all bloody. I figured you was getting ready to fry up one. What
Like,
the
we only got-
halo did you do?
Oh, we've got on our reels on our trucks, we've got these two bars that kind of help guide the hose where it doesn't get knocked off track. The button on the reel stuck. It got stuck to where I couldn't get it to stop spinning, and I couldn't let the hose go fast enough, and before I could let my hand go, my hand got sucked up in between the two bars. It's maybe
Ouch.
about 4 inches, maybe not that many inches in between the two bars, and my big old hand got sucked into it, and I got done. I got my hand out, and I started walking around back, get ready to drive off to my next stop. And as soon as I took my glove off, man, there was just blood poured all out of the glove. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Did it just peel the skin off the tip?
No, what I think happened was with the pressure that got put on the pinky, I think it just popped. It doesn't look like it was splitting up, and the skin just
split itself.
Okay, but your finger is still attached.
Oh yeah, the finger's still there.
When looking at the pictures,
Look at
one
the picture, it looks like you've lost the whole tip of your finger.
in one way of looking at it, it looks like it just peeled completely the skin
Yeah,
off
that
the
looks like your
finger.
bone.
Yeah, that's just a Band-Aid in my long fingernail.
Good Lord.
Didn't happen to get taken off.
Good
yeah,
Lord.
Great way to start 420, huh, guys?
That's right. I hope you test positive on smoking because you probably need to now.
Nobody
I know
would
that's
blame you
right.
for it
Jesus.
now.
Put some duct tape
I
on
swear I was not high when it happened, but I damn sure got high after it happened.
Medicinal
Went
use.
to the doctor and he gave me some special
There
stuff.
you go. Medicinal use.
Oh my
Thank you, Governor
God.
Deal.
But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to the doctor. I'm back to the shop fixing my truck, and I'm fixing to hit the road again. I'm not going to the doctor for it.
You need to go get, because is that metal that you cut your finger on?
Well, it didn't
No,
cut.
my
He had a
hand-
glove on. It popped. It
I had
squeezed it
gloves.
like a
Squeezed it.
grape.
Squeezed it, and the pressure from the blood in his finger popped the skin. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Yuck. All right, brother. Well, have
That's
it.
pretty much how it happened.
Yeah. Well, you have a good day because we're going to go take a break.
Yeah, I
You
was
guys
just
take a
worried
break,
about
and
him.
I'll continue to listen.
Yes, sir. You have a good day.
I was just
Y'all
worried
take care.
about him
right,
having
bye.
to get a tetanus shot.
Oh, my God, Stephanie, quit thinking about your beer.
I don't drink beer called tetanus.
But the point is, if you weren't already thinking about trying to do the currency between a dollar bill and a beer can, he just said he had a glove on. The pressure squeezed it and it popped his finger. There's no tetanus shot needed. His finger never touched the metal.
Okay.
God, one track mind. Tetanus shot. He needs a tetanus. No wonder your husband smacks you.
My husband does not smack me.
We're
Well,
talking. We're unloading the bus.
You're going to open up a can of worms. She's going to get home, and sheriff's department's going to be sitting in the driveway.
So you weren't listening today in the
Not
beginning
yet,
of the show,
unfortunately,
right?
not yet.
So we're unloading the bus, and think of a triangle. I'm in the bus. I'm looking left at Steph. I'm looking right into the garage as Travis, and I'm making a comment about mixing drinks or whatever. And she says, "I only put alcohol in my liquor,"
I only mix alcohol with my liquor.
and we
Wow,
go.
Stephanie.
And I look at Travis. He's already ready to roll over laughing, and this goes on for several seconds.
That's the reason they've been married for so long, because she keeps them
Entertained, yeah.
Yeah, he never
Wow.
knows what's gonna come out of my mouth.
You don't know what's going to come out of your mouth.
You never know what he's going to put in there either. Hey!
Good
Everybody have a
morning.
great morning. We'll be right back. It's just fun in the morning.
Oh.
No, I wasn't.
Without anybody's microphone, look to what I blew. Don't say nothing. Just read before I delete. Why would you put that on my face? You want to talk business, you talk business. I know, but damn, don't put it right there for everybody to see. Holy shit, look what that picture. Oh, that's good. That's kind of cool, though.
That is cool. That's something that I can honestly say I have never seen anything
I hadn't either.
remotely close to that.
Kind of cool.
Get up.
Not typing.
Like that bike I put on your
Oh,
page.
yeah. Then I saw it on
That was a
Instagram,
lot-
too. It was
that
a lot of detail.
time spent
Yeah.
on that airbrush.
Mhm.
Did you see the video I put on the fun page about the man getting stuck in the seatbelt?
Yes, that was
About the man
The man got stuck in a seatbelt.
Yeah, I think I saw that, but yeah, he was trying to get out of the truck and the seatbelt stuff. Wouldn't.
Yeah, and then she
Unlike-
said, one of the ladies is telling the other lady, push your stomach through it. Push your
Oh,
stomach.
God, she does have a just for fun shirt on.
And she cusses.
Friday, I've done the challenge for Just for Fun Radio. Check them out. It's on the description below. So this challenge is how many drink foam beers can you do without puke? So without further ado, let's get on.
And she's just drinking the foam, right?
No, she's drinking.
Holy cow, she's drinking a whole beer.
She drank the whole beer, but left the head in the mug.
Look.
No, she's drinking all of it.
Yeah, you need to watch her videos. I can't play them right now because she cusses a lot. But you need to, holy cow, when you watch them eat condensed milk out of a can. It's yuck. Because she does all these challenges. It's cool, though. It's funny.
Look at that burp. That's a good one, girl. Get it, girl. She made more room.
That's pretty. She got all that. Drank it way too fast.
Look at this. Yep.
She didn't even get started on saying one. There it goes.
God, but I'm a sympathetic puker. If I see you puke, I'm puking. Oh, God, that sounds disgusting.
Yeah. You see the look on her face. Oh, God, what did I get myself into? She's going to hold her finger in her little hand thing.
Oh, my God. Ugh, I'm glad I'm not drinking nothing right now because I'd blow it out my nose.
Drinking nothing.
For anybody that's watching video, look. This is what we're watching. Holy cow. She drank 2 huge cans. This is the second one of this beer. I have to censor it because of some of the language, but
You got by the camera. Oh my God.
look.
I
Look.
can't see her puke.
If she puked that fast off of that little bit of beer, that beer had to have been
Hot, but they don't.
Yeah,
it's
she said
it's
it was
sitting right
warm.
there.
How many did she drink?
2. Watch.
She did, that's the second one. What's left in the mug is the second. Is what's left in the second.
And again, I just have to kind of watch the lingo being played over the radio, but go check it out, man. That is friggin' hilarious. And I mean, I know it's gross, but everybody loves gross, whether they admit to it or not.
Jacob said someone challenged her to do this challenge, and he asked her to say it's just for fun.
I got to pee, and we got to go back. So I'll go back, and y'all can talk about whatever while I go pee.
What do you want to talk about, Heath?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What? Yeah. Let's see. I got a story. Police officers, Dukes of Hazzard car get.
Yes, I sent you that.
Yes.
All right, here we go, everybody. So yeah, man, what about that? The guy from Dukes. Now play that backwards. at McDonald's.
Hey, too.
So a guy in New York City
New York City.
is a huge Dukes of Hazzards fan. Did you watch the video? Did you actually watch the news report?
Yes.
Okay. So he's just a huge Dukes of Hazzards fan. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
But because he owns this car that's a Challenger that is a replica, it's a modern day replica of a General Lee.
Yes.
He's getting flack about
Yeah.
parking it at work
Yes.
because
he's
it's on county property. Go ahead though with the story.
He's a police officer.
Okay.
And yeah, he's a New York City police officer, and this is his personal vehicle. And yes, there's people that are going by the police station and seeing this General Lee. And anybody that knows the General Lee, you know, it has the Confederate flag on the roof.
Right.
And this is what he did. It looks just like a modern version of the
Right.
General Lee. And they're saying that there's civil rights attorneys saying that the displaying of the flag is it's protected by the First Amendment, but there's people that is offended by the car being there, and they're thinking that the cop is racist because he has
Right.
the car like
And you're talking to some people that are smart, educated people standing on the street of the video saying, listen, come on, this don't mean nothing. It's about a TV show.
Mhm.
And then some
Right.
people are going, I don't think he should be driving that to work because that represents, oh, come on. He's a huge Dukes of Hazzards fan,
Mhm.
y'all. Give me a break.
and, and that's what's so messed up. People don't know, they don't actually know the history of the Confederate flag. The Confederate flag there's nothing racist about it.
not with the Confederate battle flag. No, it's
Yes.
unfortunate that hate groups have picked it up and used it to put
Human beings have
put
made
in
it.
front of
Yeah.
put it in
Mhm.
front of their bigotry and their
Agenda.
hypocrisy or whatever. But the Confederate battle. The reason, do y'all know why? I'm sure y'all do, but maybe a lot of the listeners.
That's
don't.
right. So explain.
The Confederate battle flag, the reason it's the stars and bars, it's the distinctive X, is because at the beginning of the Civil War, the original Confederate flag was very similar to the Union's flag.
Yes.
And of course, back during the Civil War, you had 2 or 3 guys that would march with your colors going across the battlefield.
Mhm.
Well, if you're standing across the battlefield from somebody and you see you're a Union soldier or Union general, and you see another flag across the battlefield from you, okay, that looks like the Union flag. We're gonna leave them be. And then of course the Confederate general sees you and opens fire, or you get in a skirmish that's nothing but friendly fire between 2 Confederate platoons or 2 Union platoons. So what the Confederacy did was in order to be distinguished on the battlefield, so they're not taking friendly fire or being fired upon by other Confederates, they designed the Confederate Stars and Bars battle flag so that they could so that the Confederacy could be distinguished on the battlefield.
Yeah, and what the X symbolizes, it doesn't symbolize anything racist or anything. It
It's
symbolizes
a simple design.
Well, it symbolizes the fact that the Southern colonies, states, whatever they were at that time, wanted to be X'd out from the Union states. They wanted to be their own separate entity, their own separate country. And that's what the X symbolizes, that they wanted to be X'd out of the Union. And, there's nothing racist whatsoever about it. And what's funny is, a lot of people don't know this, but after this article, I did some research last night. Funny. And the South released their slaves way before the Northerners did.
Well, see, I don't know if this is a topic that because I can get pretty heated about this because, I am from the South. I am a Southerner, and I'm extremely proud of my Southern heritage and my Southern ancestry. And I've got ancestors that were in the Confederacy, high-ranking officials, military officials in the Confederacy. And not only that, I love history, and as far as history goes, I love history about the Civil War.
And actually, the
And
flag.
I can get pretty heated about it because, you know,
Well, a lot of people
the
don't
Civil War
realize
was-
is the
Civil
guys
War
fought.
was not fought over slavery.
No, it
Slavery
wasn't.
was the issue that fueled the
Right.
Civil War.
That's what I was going to say.
It's
Now is a
all- it
lot
was
of the
all over states' rights.
hold on a second. A lot of the black folks that lived here fought to keep what they had. That's the
Exactly.
problem. Just Fun Radio.
You know, that's just how this is Rich Archer. How y'all doing?
It's good.
Hello.
It's a good thing you clarified, sir.
Yeah.
One thing on that Confederate flag, General Lee, and all that crazy stuff up there in New York. You know, this really just hurts me is that they can sit there and cry, complain about the painting of a Confederate flag on an automobile, but down in Valdosta they can throw the flag, the American flag,
Thank
on the
you.
ground
Walk on
and
it,
step
right.
all over it.
Yeah, that was our next
Oh.
topic. Believe
Yeah.
it or not.
And actually, that
Yeah.
flag that's on the General Lee is not. That is not actually the real Confederate flag. That is called the Battle Flag of Northern Virginia. The actual Confederate flag has that symbol in the corner and then is all white and then has red on it. I have
Actually, if you wanted to see the Confederate national flag, if you want to see an example of the Confederate national flag, look at the current Georgia state flag because it was modeled after the Confederate national flag.
I bet a
only
lot of
difference-
people didn't
the
know
only di-
that.
The only difference is we have the Georgia state seal on it instead of having the stars and bars
Right.
in the little blue field.
Yup.
So our current state flag is actually basically the Confederate national flag with the Georgia state seal on it instead of the stars and bars battle flag.
And so what are you up to today, Mr. Rich?
Yes, sir.
Driving around the beautiful city of ATL, listening to you guys.
You ain't got
Rocking out,
nothing better to do.
I'm getting that free redneck 101 college credit that I need. Romper room is hard. I'm telling you.
Let Steph just explain to you all about, knowing how to spend your money correctly. We need to be doing like economics with Steph.
Is that Confederate currency? Can we spend Confederate currency the same way?
Steph, that was a question for you.
Are we talking Confederate or Union money?
Confederate money doesn't, it doesn't spin well.
I bet it would.
That is hilarious listening to you explain this.
You go find a stupid Yankee to give him the Confederate money. He'll give you real Union money for it.
Exactly.
So if I was to go over there to the great Gladys Knight's Chicken and Waffles with a wad full of Confederate money, I would be probably termed as a racist, right?
Well, of course.
yes.
Before you even walked in the door. Yes, sir.
Ah,
You, sir, are a racist. How dare you?
And you know what gets me? Here's the thing that gets me. I grew up on Glenwood, Wesley Chapel. I mean, look, one of my best friends, Stafford, was a huge black guy, rode around in the car with me everywhere I went. My first roommate I ever had was a big black DJ named DJ Speed from what used to be Kicks. And, that I actually moved out of my house and moved into an apartment with him and shared an apartment right there in Stone Mountain. The thing that gets me is we're 2015.
Yeah.
Black and white's gone. The only people that keep bringing it back up are the people that are just trying to keep it brought up. Al Sharpton. And the problem is now it's about American and non-American. Now it's about not necessarily Muslim,
Christian and
but
Muslim.
people that want to kill me because I ain't their religion.
Right.
And I said I ain't their religion on purpose.
Yep.
You want to kill me because I don't believe in strapping bombs to me?
Yep.
Come on.
Yep.
You friggin' reject.
yeah.
The black and white
I
thing
think
should already be over and done with.
Yes.
Well, we need to start looking out for each other more than we're worried about what each other's doing or what's going on with each other's personal lives. I mean,
Yes.
that cop in New York with his personal, hey, he's a fan of Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Right.
And, that's his business.
That's right.
Right.
Right. Well, see,
And-
you're absolutely
but
right. Nobody in this country cares about their neighbor
we
anymore.
should worry about taking care of each other whether or not you're a fan of heck, Booker T and the NG. You know, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So,
ding, 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 ding.
You know, that's just how I feel.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you're right, because that's the problem with at least this country, and if not the entire world. We don't take care of each other anymore. We'd rather sit and gossip and complain about how butt hurt we are because this person said that and we don't like it, or we did that. and
Well, you
didn't
can't sit
like
on
it.
your couch and expect the world
Yeah.
to change. If you want it to change, you need to get your ass off the couch and
Exactly.
try to be part of the change.
Everybody wants to talk about
That's
what's
it.
wrong in the world, but nobody wants to do anything about it.
But then let a tragedy happen, and then everybody wants to come together for a year, 2 years. You know.
Well, at
and-
least
and-
long enough to hold the candles out there and try to get on TV and
yes.
get your 2 cents in.
You know, it's funny you
Yes.
said that stuff because going back to the Sandy Hook thing, when Sandy Hook happened and everybody was up in arms, you know, it's tragedy. I agree wholeheartedly. My heart breaks for everybody involved with that. And everybody says gun laws, gun laws, gun laws. No, people. Okay, we come together as a country, as a people. When there's a tragedy, we always come together after the tragedy happens. Why don't we come together before the tragedy happens
To
and
keep it
prevent
from-
it from
yeah.
happening?
Because people want to
more
just
laws are
do
not
their
going to
yeah,
solve
but
anything.
But you know, and I know that's not reality. People just want to damn keep up with their world. They don't want to be part of anything else that's going on until they feel like they can stand up and get some attention
When
and
they can
voice
stand
what
up
they
and
want to
say,
say.
"Hey, look what I did.
That's right.
Look what I'm organizing."
I had somebody reach out to me a couple of weeks back about the homeless stuff. Well, why ain't you doing the homeless stuff anymore? I'm like, well, one, it's now spring and
Yeah.
nobody's cold. And two, a lot of the homeless people we've taken care of, like Daniel, he's living with somebody.
Yep.
You know, almost all these people that we helped are now no longer in the Conyers area. They've all moved on. They, you know, it's not that we're not helping. It's just we don't know where any of them are now.
Yeah.
Or because of your help, they've been able to help themselves and don't need the help.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
why I say Daniel's living with somebody and he has a job, you know?
And that's
Well, that's
awesome.
good.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I'm about to let you guys go. I just wanted to see, you know, that veteran down there, Michelle Manhart. What she got arrested for that?
Yeah,
That
we're
was
fixing to
just-
bring that one up next. I was going to let Steph start reading on that one.
Oh yeah.
She got arrested because
I'll
she
tell you
was
what.
hot.
Yeah, that cop, that cop just wanted to fill her up, and you know they want. This is.
Why are
sound
you
so
patting me
wrong.
down again, officer? I don't have any hidden weapons. Trust me,
Look
honey.
at her.
You're hiding something.
She's got weapons on her chest.
But they were university cops. They weren't even like real cops.
I know.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but you know, it doesn't matter when it comes to that right there because of the public perception. And I'm not a cop at all, but I know that if I was to see her do that, I would not tackle her. I would make sure nobody else touches her while she picks up that flag.
And that's what should have been done.
Yes. And because isn't it against the law to desecrate the flag?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, but
It's not
they don't
against the
enforce
law.
it anymore.
No. They
It's
got
not
that
enforceable,
freedom.
but that's right. It goes back to the freedom of speech and freedom of expression. You can't go to jail or be arrested or cited for desecration of an American flag, but it goes against the
Moral-
flag code, the official United States flag code.
And what
But
were
can't
you
be-
going to say,
You can't be
Rich?
punished for it.
Yeah, that on that line of terms right there, you know, what it kind of goes with, you can get away with that until nobody's looking, and then somebody's going to be looking. I mean, that whoever put that flag down there on the ground, they need to go.
Yes. And you know,
Well, the bad thing is most of them that are sitting here screaming and talking smack about the flag. Here's the biggest problem I see is all of y'all has been sucking on the Statue of Liberty's boob now for quite some time, and you hadn't wanted to grow up. You hadn't wanted to take responsibility for yourself. You didn't want to take responsibility for your own actions. You've been weak in our society. You've been crap of our society. You've not done anything to help the world be better. And yet you want to sit there and scream how horrible the United States is while you're sucking on the Statue of Liberty's boobie. You have been given the freedoms to have that freedom of speech. You've been given that freedom to have that freedom of thought. But you were given that freedom because of all these veterans that help fight for it every single day. But now you want to complain about these very same people that have fought to keep your freedoms. And that's the biggest problem is you got all these rejects that don't even know what the real world is.
And what's funny,
Absolutely.
the protesters won't even acknowledge or won't even say what their organization is. So they won't even say, why they were having the protest.
They were just a bunch of dumbass kids standing around making noise.
Yeah.
Who's letting mama and daddy fund all of their little exploits they're doing at college.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to work. They don't have to understand what real responsibilities are. They're just letting mommy and daddy pave their way and pay their way. And now look, I'm going to protest about, well, let's just do it anyways.
Yeah. I don't really have a reason. Let's just put an American flag on the ground and just stomp all over it.
I'm pissed. My freedom of choice was violated. I only got to choose between cheese pizza and supreme pizza. I'm pissed.
And it says that that one of the protesters said that placing the flag on the ground and walking on it was a symbol of their protest. But what are you protesting? Why won't you say what you're protesting? Or what you're planning, what you're benefiting from your protest.
That's right. Idiots.
Terrorism.
I mean, yeah.
I'll tell you what.
That's all it is idiots.
I'm all over Facebook. My number's on Facebook. Anybody sees anybody put a flag down on the ground, the American flag down on the ground, and sees that stuff happen, you call me.
Yeah, and
I will come get that flag.
You know, the lady is
no matter what.
But then I expect you to pose in Playgirl right afterwards.
Well, she posed in Playgirl first.
Playboy
first.
I know that.
Playboy.
I know that. God, Steph. God.
But, for those that don't know the story, but maybe you do know the story because it happened here in Georgia. So, of course, it's all over the place here. The lady is a Air Force vet. So, in my opinion, she had every right to go and pick that flag up.
That's right.
Because she fought for that flag. She fought for that freedom for these idiots to be stomping all over it to begin with. So, she had every right to.
Yep. She's a vet. All right.
Wow. Really?
God bless
yep,
America.
She's a vet.
I sent her a friend request Saturday night and was told by Facebook that she has too many friends.
Yep. Raise a flag for this chick right here.
Yeah. Look at the pictures Scotty's looking at and you'll see why.
I can't show those pictures.
I know you can't.
I just typed in a picture. I just typed in a picture and that popped up. I said popped up. I'm sorry.
Bad choice of words.
I didn't mean it like that.
Yes, you did.
But yes, this is horrible. Absolutely horrible. She is a veteran. To me, she has a right to speak however she wants.
Anybody has a right.
You would think it's
we all
her.
have that right, but more than anybody else, any veteran in any branch of any military service in this country, they're the ones who have more right than anybody else.
And what's funny is one of the protesters that was arguing the most with her said that was their flag and they could do whatever they wanted to with it. And she corrected them, with a quickness. No, this flag belongs to everybody because it does. The American flag belongs to all of us.
Right. Well, they were trying to say they purchased it from Walmart.
They meant it as I paid my money for this flag.
Yeah.
But it just shows how stupid people are.
Yeah.
All right, Rich, we're going to shoot out the commercial, Bubba. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, no problem. I love listening to you guys and gals.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Be safe.
Bye. He said guys and gals. I don't know where to go with that one. I guess that depends on what mood Steph's in.
Well, if some of our listeners have had a couple of beers or a couple of 420s this morning, they might see two of Stephanie over there. So
yeah, could be. Or if you sit on my bus during the night of the drag queen show, then you might just be confused. You might just be confused.
Well, and you don't.
There's nothing better than.
It don't even have to be the drag queen thing. You can just be confused in general.
No, it's just nothing better than watching a dude sit in a lap of some transvestites and flirt. Flirt.
First time,
and then swear up and down that he didn't do it.
Right.
The first time
Too many
I can
witnesses.
remember seeing a drag queen in public. I hear about. I was a kid. I was 16, 17 years old.
Right.
And, I hear people talking about these gay guys dressing up like women. No, you're kidding. No, people don't do that. And I was at Six Flags or something. The girl I was dating, we were walking down the fairway at Six Flags, and here comes this tall black lady walking towards us. And I mean, I'm 6'4". She was taller than I was.
Right.
And she gets closer. She gets closer. It's obvious. I mean, she's wearing women's clothes and, little pumps. And the closer she got, the more it began to dawn on me that this was a man.
What up, dude?
Like I said, I was a kid. I didn't know any better.
Right.
And it was the first time that I had physically with my own two eyes seen it. And I stopped right in the middle of the crowd,
seen her
holding my girlfriend's hand. I said, and I'm staring as she's walking by, and I said, "Did you see that? That's a dude. That is a dude." I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. That's a dude. And everybody in Six Flags stops.
That's right.
Around. But if that's you, that's what you do. Hey,
my first one,
we're
down on Peachtree Street. And I was with DJ Speed. He was driving, and he had a black Ford four-door Granada. I'm in the back passenger side. We was rolling like a bunch of thugs, and tinted out windows and stuff. And he said, check out that dude on the pole. I said, he was standing on the street corner right across from the Fox. I'm like, that's not a dude. He's like, yes, it is. So he pulls up at the red light. I jump out and say, hey, girl, what time is it? Like that. And it was 3:45. And all I could do was scream and run and get in the car. I'd never seen one. I was 15, 16 years old. I think I was 15 then. I'd never seen that. And I didn't know whether to call it a transvestite, because transvestites are just people that would dress up like it to go shopping or go to whatever. Right. But this person lives that life. So that would be transgender. Because transsexual has parts. So transgender is somebody that lives as the other.
Right. I can go you one better. I had a buddy.
I don't know. If you want to tell me one better than that, we might not be able to tell it on the radio.
No, we can tell it. I can keep this PG-13. I had a buddy of mine. Of course, this was years back when in the 20s, when we were all in our 20s.
Stay close to that thing. I'm watching the lights jump.
But I had a buddy of mine that turned 21 and wanted to go to the strip club for his 21st birthday.
Right.
And I was only like a year or two older than him anyways. So we go in there and watching the show and, drinking beer and having a good old time. Well, my friend, his name was Brandon, and he was manual labor, blue collar guy. He had his name on his work shirt, and he wore his work shirt into the bar like an idiot.
Yeah.
So he keeps watching this one girl dance, and he's pretty well infatuated with her. Finally, he gets up and he goes and puts money in the garter and wants to do a lap dance and so on and so forth. And she comes over and she sits down in Brandon's lap. She said, "Hi, my name's Brandy." I got up and left. I didn't even say bye. I'll meet you outside. Have fun.
Wow.
That woman's voice was deeper than mine. And sat down in his lap and was rubbing her fingers all in his hair. "Hi, my name's Brandy." Yeah. Oh my God.
You look like a stiff drink. All right, let's get out of here, everybody. We'll be right back. It's Just Fun in the Morning. We're at 9:54. We got some commercials coming up. We do have Cage the Elephant. And it's so funny because when I read the name, it just didn't click. But anyways, here comes No Rest for the Wicked. Everybody, we'll be right back.
No rest for the wicked.
Remember, camera's still going.
Wow. I hadn't heard from Karina today.
Right behind me. I'm not even halfway across the park. He's running down the beat behind me.
Did Crystal get to come home and go to bed?
Yes.
Good.
Well, I never got
Mr. Charles said that he sent a message to AJ. I was talking because Joseph sent me the message. Dr. Brock sent me a message that Jagged couldn't get off. So he asked me, if we could reschedule. And so I told him that I would try, and I started getting in touch with the guys, and I asked Mr. Charles if he could do it if we had to move, if everybody else could that day. And he said, because I know that's still on, so I don't want to say what day that we're trying to plan it on. But we're just waiting to hear from AJ. That's what's holding it up.
And I can't answer tomorrow. I'm going to have to say as of now, and unless we find out something ASAP before 2, I'm just going to have to plan on it not being tomorrow, which means I'll have to have.
I mean, if nothing else, maybe we could plan it for next Monday.
Well, that would work. But all I'm saying is I got to be able to have.
Because, Lobo and them.
I just need to have. I have to have it fixed tomorrow morning for a show.
Yeah.
I won't be here. They're going to be doing the ultrasound, which means it might be 9 before I get back here.
Yeah.
So I got to have somebody here that can push that button. So preferably Joey and you and either Heath or Mike. I'd have somebody here. Mike says he can get in tomorrow. But I got to have somebody that knows how to run it.
For the most part, I can be here, but it's been school since I've been here.
Oh yeah, I'd be here at like 7.
We'll text Joey again.
Because I mean, for the most part, until somebody could get here, I could, play music, come in every once in a while.
Well, I'm trying to see if I can get Joey committed. Yeah, because I can show you if Joey's house is getting worked on. So he's in Iowa. I don't know if I can be there.
Yeah.
But I can show you exactly what to do.
I mean, and I know how to pull songs from the one area.
Well, what it is this blue. What you do is if you click it and then do Control A, it takes it all blue, and all you got to do is pull it over because it's already set up. Then all you have to do is add some songs here and there. And truthfully, no matter no matter what's going on in the background, as long as you can click play, click talk. What's playing on the app as far as the names, so what? As long as they hear you, that's all that matters.
And I vaguely know.
And this would be a good test if you had to do it tomorrow, so you'd know what to do when I'm gone.
Yeah.
At the end of the month.
Yeah, tutor for the last 30 minutes.
Oh, because he's already. I can see him from here, and he's already showed because that is what used to be up there, and
sorry,
I can't wait till the Mac gets running.
Hi, we is back. Steph, why do you put it so tall where you can't reach it?
She throws it up there and she's got to stand on her tippy toes to get it.
I caught my headphones.
Steph, what is wrong with you?
Good Monday morning, Stephanie.
In the chair.
You got to start respecting my gear.
I am.
She's like rolling the wheel, getting the wheels all trapped on the cords, and.
Well, that one cord is for my laptop. That guy.
I can't help
cord
it.
Over here is so long. it got hung up in my
Well, it's
will.
because everybody moves and turns, and you know you got to have some link to it.
Okay.
But you can always set it on that nerd right yonder.
Yeah, because that's too much for me. I don't like to.
Good Monday morning.
As the bell tolls. Where's that Metallica
For
song?
whom the bell
Oh my
tolls.
God.
Yeah, that because you don't see me constantly fighting with it.
Shit for brains.
Sheet.
Well, I didn't say it. If a song accidentally says a cuss word, that's one thing. But I didn't say that.
Yes, you
Oh,
did.
So what else do we got?
I saw your mouth move.
So are we going to discuss
Kidding.
the hot chick?
Yes.
So the point that's making no sense is, so the protest was happening.
Yes.
Nobody knows what the protest was really about.
Well,
Do
they're
we
not
even know what who the group is? Is
They-
their
they
name
won't say.
anonymous too?
So
they won't
I'm trying to
say.
figure out. So she goes to pick the flag up, and it starts a
Mhm.
bunch of drama.
Yes.
And then on campus security guards, rent-a-cops, the mall cops show up.
Yeah, and start manhandling her.
Those aren't even real. It's wannabe mall cop security.
Well, they're calling them university police. So
Wannabe mall cop security.
you know, and then the whole time that she's fighting with the cops because she didn't want to, or the police, campus police,
Keep going.
because she didn't want to give the flag up. You know, you hear some of the protesters in the background, that's theft, and then saying that if she was black, she would already be in handcuffs, and you know, just egging it on.
What
And-
being black or white or green with purple polka dots have to do with anything?
Because they're
With
just
trashing
college
the-
kids just trying to put a blame on something.
Yeah, and just
Blame
trashing the
everything, but
flag.
well, they're blaming everything but themselves. Blaming
Yes.
everybody but themselves.
yes,
And that's the horrible part of it, is all these stupid people that keep doing stupid things.
yes, because you can clearly see in some of the pictures. Because it doesn't show the video of them actually stomping on the flag, but there are pictures that was taken that shows one of them standing on the flag, and you know, that's just not
Well,
right.
last night on the news, I didn't see the entire story, but the little glimpse that I caught, I don't know if it was somebody's cell phone recording or what, but there was actually a small, like 2-second, 3-second video that the news played of her actually reaching down and picking the flag up.
Yeah,
And like I said, I didn't get to see the whole thing.
well, she was. The charges were eventually because they were trying to say that she was resisting arrest and everything because she wouldn't turn loose at the flag. All of the charges were eventually dropped, and she was.
So as of now,
yes,
there are no charges pending against her because they've dropped them all
well, she was given a trespassing warning.
for being on school property.
Yeah, and she's never allowed to be back on Valdosta State property.
Right.
Which just opens up for this group of protesters, whomever they are, and whatever they're protesting, whatever their name is, that just opens up a door for them to file a civil lawsuit against her and try to get money from her.
Well,
Since
then
they didn't push any,
but they're not
criminal
an
charges.
organization.
Right.
So
Well,
since
they
they're
could be, but they're not saying.
right, but that's the catch, is if you're not an organization, then you can't do that. So, you know, and then on top of that, the other thing that's funny is if the case, then what's going to happen is next month she'll be sitting across the street from the school watching, because somebody like one of us will be over there doing it.
Mhm.
And then the next month, when that guy's sitting with her across the street, there'll be somebody else just like us over there again.
Mhm.
And eventually that side of the street's going to be pretty big.
Pretty full.
Mhm.
The problem is these stupid ace kids. It's these stupid kids that some of us have bred and made and not teach them any lessons.
Well, I'll take that statement and take it one step further. It's these stupid kids who, for whatever reason, where they got the idea from, but they believe that they have some sense of entitlement.
Yeah, but you know
They're
why?
entitled to do this. and
Because we
nobody
gave them
say,
shoes, because we gave them iPhones, because we
So,
gave
yeah.
them Sonys, because we Sony PlayStations, because we gave them Xbox, because we
Yeah.
gave them all the damn clothes,
$200 shoes.
because we didn't want them to grow up the way we grew up. It's all our fault. It may not be you as an individual, and it may not be me as an individual,
But
but us
society.
as a collective have been the reason. And the problem is there's a good percentage of us, and let's just say 50% say, okay, we're still old school. You got to work for what you get. But
Oh,
then there's
yeah.
this other 50% of these parents that work very fast-paced jobs, work and live very fast-paced lives, and they just keep handing to the kids because they don't have time to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. You know, because when I was growing up, if I wanted a toy, whatever toy it was, or if I wanted a CD, you know, I had to do something either around my house to earn the money or my grandparents. Like I would go, you know, and clean up my grandparents' house, and my grandmother would give me like $20 for dusting and
Right.
and doing everything, and that's how I would get what I wanted. You know, so I tried that with my kids, and then I'm being a mean mother.
Oh, I know.
You know, I don't give them anything. They don't get spoiled like the others.
But if the problem is, it's because you may be asking them to do right, but the other parents are not doing right.
Right.
So therefore, if he's getting it, why am I not getting it? She's getting it. Why are you? Why are you being mean? Why are you not giving me? I got something I'll give you. It's a Nike right up your ace.
Well, I mean, you know,
Take your butt outside and work for something.
yeah, you know, and it's not even like they were asked to do a whole lot of stuff. You know, as the girls were growing up, we had to be a 2-family income. So because of Ashley and her disability, and I did have to rely a little bit on the other girls to help me with her so that I could leave and go to work, you know, and it was just little things like that, you know, make sure she gets on the bus, make sure she gets off the bus, give her something to drink until I get home, you know, just watch her for about an hour a day until I got home, and keep your room clean up after yourself. And you got money at the
end of the week, right?
On Friday to go do whatever you wanted to do.
Whatever it is you're asking for.
Yeah. So, you know, that was it. I don't think that was anything hard.
Yeah, but
You
that's
know?
just not the world we live in nowadays. There's too many people that believe give, and I don't have to do anything for it. And that's the problem. That is the whole problem, is nobody believes that they should have to work for it. They shouldn't have to earn it. And, you know, there's nothing worse in this world than the same crap I've talked about before, but it's I'm a part-time worker and I'm not going to give up my free stuff I'm getting from the state to work any more hours, because if I work any more hours, then I'm going to lose all this money I'm getting.
Yeah.
Now, if we would quit giving so much and make these people get back out there and have to work, like, okay, for instance, my daughter has something she needs to do. Some family stuff she needs to do. So she's going to miss working like a 2-hour shift. How the hell do you even get a 2-hour shift is the first problem. But like a 2-hour shift at her job one day, and then like a 3 or 4 hour shift the next day. She's a part-time worker. So she's like, I don't know that I'm going to be able to go. I said, well, you let your manager know. And I know the guy. No disrespect to him. Our friendship might be friendship, but business is business. You let your boss know this is what you need to do, and you need to go do this. And then, and the other part is you have these other part-time people that keep screaming, they need hours, they need hours, they need hours. Well, here's your damn hours. Well, the problem is they don't want to work.
Yeah. They scream.
Okay,
they
want hours, but you don't want to work.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you forget that's what a job is? I mean, did you fall and bump your friggin' head? Your job is to make money. We're all hookers. Every one of us are hookers. You sell yourself for a minimum wage or whatever wage you sell yourself for, but you sell yourself as a product.
Yeah.
Either you're selling shoes, you're working at Old Navy, you're a server at Applebee's, or you're a hooker on the corner, or you're a mechanic, or you're a carpenter, or you're a farmer. It doesn't matter. You're selling yourself as a symbol, as a trade. You are selling yourself. Period.
Sure.
And if you don't want to work, then you're not going to get any money. And the problem is the stupid society we live with keeps giving out money like it's nothing. Quit giving our cash out like Tic Tac, you dumb ace.
Well, they're giving it to people that really don't deserve it, while there's others that
Percentages.
could.
They're giving it out to percentages of people that don't need it.
Yes, and while there's people that could, use it, they're telling them no. Because trust me, I know that fight. I had to fight to get my daughter on SSI, so I know that fight. And that's like when I lost my job and I got the what is that called? Because I just had a brain freeze. When you lose your job and you go and apply for
Assistance of some sort? I have no idea what
No.
you're talking about.
because I was fired, but I was fired unjustly.
Unemployment?
Yes. And I got I told you I had a brain
I feel like
freeze
I'm
for a
playing
minute.
$1,000 $1 million pyramid or whatever that game is.
But I received that. I got like $70 something a week. But do you know, before I received the unemployment check, I had to take them a paper that showed where I was trying to find a job.
Well, the problem is there's so many times that's the case and so many times it's not the case. And I think it may just go down to who you are dealing with, like a
Yeah.
caseworker,
Yeah.
if you use those terms. Because what gets me is a lot of people don't know you have to pay taxes on
Oh yeah.
unemployment.
Yeah.
These people are just like, I'm going to get my unemployment. Like I knew a guy, JD Spivey knows this guy. This guy sat in my hot tub and I made the comment, dude, at the time I was just starting to have back surgery, just fixing to go through all that. But I was still getting phone calls from all the people I did work for. So we had this transmission shop that was doing an addition. It was a guy that owned a mechanic business who was building his son a transmission shop onto it. And it's located on Old Covenant Highway and Sigmund Road. And the guy hit me up and I'm like, dude, I can get you some people there, no problem. Well, my buddy's sitting in my hot tub partying with the girl that lived in my house that rented a room. They were kind of dating. And I'm like, dude, you need to get up, dude. I got you a job making 15 cash an hour right now. All you got to do is pull some wire through some conduit. He's like, man, I got money. I'm like, you got a stupid unemployment check in the bank. Like that was like $205 or $220 a month. I mean, a week. I'm like, go make the 15 cash. Take your unemployment. Yes, that would be cheating the system. But then you could get caught up a little bit on your past child support and maybe buy you some new clothes so you can go get a job. He's like, nah, man, I'm fine. I got money. I'm like, just because you got it in the bank doesn't mean you don't do better. And it's that stupid mentality, man. It's that stupid mentality that irks the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Just because you got money for a glass of water and a candy bar today don't mean you're going to have it tomorrow. I don't understand it.
And doesn't mean that you have to go spend it.
Just damn, man. It just damn. I just wish people had more sense.
Oh yeah.
How do you make them have more sense? You can't make people have more sense. They either do or they don't.
So in changing the subject a little bit here and in the
Is these kin of you? Look how covered in mud these folks are.
No, I have no idea who that is.
Okay, go ahead.
But in honor of 420.
We're not taking a smoke break.
No.
You have to work 8 hours to be granted one 15-minute smoke break or two 15-minute smoke breaks in 1/2 hour. I don't know, but you've not been here long enough.
Well, I'll just go make some brownies. How about that? And then we can have
Oh my
snacks.
God. Yeah, because you got time at 10:14 to go make some brownies.
Anyway, yeah, zap them in the microwave.
Just get on to it, stoner. God,
Home-
JD's picture again.
Home invasion leads to massive drug bust in East Point. Police say they have put a significant illegal drug operation out of business. Pictures of marijuana plant.
But what?
In total, detectives said 320 marijuana plants were seized from the grow house operation on Poplar Street in East Point. Police said that they confiscated 98 pounds of pot in the basement of the home. The said marijuana has a street value estimated at $380,000. That's just the marijuana. That's not including the plants.
Right.
All total, they got almost a little over $3 million worth
Good
of marijuana
Lord.
and plants out of this house.
And that ain't counting what people would grind up and make other stuff with, and the
Yeah.
oil to make hash, and ugh,
And the plants were 3 to 4 feet in height.
good Lord.
But the way that the police came to the home, there was people that pretended like they were cops that were trying to get into the house.
Right.
Well, the renters that are renting the home, apparently saw something was fishy about it, and a shootout entailed because
Holy cow.
yeah, right out in the middle of the street. So the neighbors called the cops because of the shootout, and then the cops followed the smell. I mean, it literally says the cops followed the smell and led them to that home, and then that's where they found it. And it was so potent that one of the officers there had to be taken to the hospital.
That is
because he was
crazy.
overwhelmed by the smell.
That is crazy.
And it's funny that the officers in the area had been receiving complaints of a marijuana odor.
Odor, really? What do you think?
320 plants, 3 to 4 foot high.
That's crazy.
I mean,
And they just happen to show up, right? I mean, that's just crazy. How about this? I know somebody that had a bunch of stuff growing on the backside of the swimming pool area, because what they did is they planted a bunch of cane pole around the pump for the swimming pool pump, and then on the backside of that, they were growing stuff. So what's funny is some people had got into an argument. Just a domestic dispute call came out, police having to come out over some people arguing about something. And then it dawned on the person that called, which is the homeowner. And the homeowner's like, y'all need to leave. You need to go. Y'all go down there and fight near the mailbox. And it's like,
wow.
What? Go fight down at the mailbox. Why? And they're like, you know why? Well, you called the cops, dum-dum. If you were growing a bunch of that stuff, you probably shouldn't have called the cops. Here, watch this. Mr. Sound Guy, Mark.
Hi, Scotty. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. You're live on the radio. What's happening?
Hey, well, we're just rocking and rolling, man. We're enjoying this nice broadcast, man. It is happening.
Hey, man.
What's going on with you? Can I hit you back up in 10 or 15?
You sure can.
All right, everybody, this is Mark. This is the man as far as doing sound. You can come see us. Me and him will be taking care of business down there at the Church of Covington at the end of the month.
Oh,
And actually, it's this Friday. What am I saying, the end of the month? I'm getting lost in my week. But this Friday, we're going to be down there doing the Relay for Life. So that's Mark. Make sure you come check us out. Hey, Mark, I'll dial you back in just a second.
He's the one from Houston.
Live in action Friday night.
Yes, sir. I'll call you back here in just a few minutes.
Cheers, bye.
All right, bye. Yep, and that's who you hung out with up in Houston.
Yeah, that has that awesome soundboard that
Yes.
has the iPad that has
And what we're doing is getting that board, just the smaller version. That's what we're getting.
Cool.
That right there is what's called the 32 channel. That was the one that was $3,000 that I didn't want to spend $3,000 on.
Yeah, that blame board was about as big
Wide
as this table.
Yep. But that's $3,000. I didn't want to spend it. So I was going to get the next one under that's like $2,000. And now I found another way to do it and drop it down to $1,000.
Well, that's pretty cool that he's going to be there.
Yep,
I
yep.
had no idea.
But that's who.
Awesome.
So anyways, I'll dial him back. Y'all, let's start talking about what we got going here. It's 10:19 this Friday night. Oh my God, I keep forgetting. We will be up. Oh my God, that means we're going to do a Friday show.
A Friday morning show.
And then I got to try to squeeze in some naps.
Yeah, because we're going to be up all night.
Because we'll be in Covington at 4 p.m.
Yes.
until 7 a.m.
Wow.
But
if it's for Relay of Life, you can't. There's
14
not a better
hours.
reason. There's not a better reason to stay up all night. If it's
I
for
will.
Relay for Life.
I hope my heart can handle it. I'm gonna have to like get a red line IV. I mean, literally. Good
You know,
Lord.
I can drink a Monster, but Red Line's quite literally make me sick.
Really?
Really?
I look like that woman on YouTube
No doubt.
when I drinking one of them.
Well, if I drink the whole thing in one, like
Well, you're not supposed to. It has a red line on it that says
Drink
one
to
day, 1 day. It's 2 days worth.
Yeah.
Well, I was tired. I wanted to go work out. I
There's
drank the whole
always a
thing.
justifiable reason.
Yeah, I
You
drank
know,
the whole thing.
Just
and
like
I
any
got
crack addict
sick.
going to justify why they do what
Right,
they do.
Exactly.
Yeah, but hey, I
I do meth
had a
because it
dang-
allows me to pick my face.
I had a dang good workout that day, and I didn't sleep till like
The next week.
1 o'clock the next night.
Yeah,
Or the
I'm
next
gonna
morning.
try to squeeze in a nap Friday afternoon. It just dawned on me it's this Friday.
And the only way that you're going to be able to do that is by turning that off.
Oh yeah, Friday. Nobody needs to call me on the phone Friday. I'll turn
And
the
he's
phone
not
off.
playing because we have a big, serious,
I'll
important event that we have to
well,
do
I
Friday
can
night
I can put it on do not disturb, and only the people on my favorites will be able to disturb
to
me.
get through.
Yeah.
I have to see if mine has
You know,
something
yesterday
like that.
I went completely off the grid for like 8 hours. I turned off every electronic device. I unplugged the house phone, turned my cell phone off, turned my tablet off, turned my computer off. I was completely unreachable.
Well, the good thing is, in my home phone, nobody has the phone number, so I can
the
turn
kids
off
have-
everything, and my wife could still reach me if she needed to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, you know, my mother and father live literally 100 yards away from me.
Oh,
So
really?
God forbid if there was something to happen,
They could come get you, though.
My mother could walk down there, and that's what I told her. I said,
Right.
you know, phones are going off, tablets going off,
Right.
computers going off. If you need me, come to the house.
That's right.
And because I just needed to escape reality. And,
Oh, I'm with you. I do that occasionally.
And just be left alone to my own devices.
I do it all the time.
And
Escape
I mean,
reality, that is.
I went.
Biatch,
You
I
don't
ain't
even live
I
in
was gonna
reality.
say you don't even know.
live in reality.
Yeah, you don't even know reality. When was the last time you were in reality? The closest thing to reality was us being on this show.
I guess. Yeah.
The fact that you even just, I guess, is probably proving what we're saying. All right, well, let's wrap this puppy up. It's 10:22, but I got some insurance stuff to go do. Listen, I'm telling everybody.
It works out because you run over every other day.
Yeah. You need to, I shared a link on my Facebook. If you go to my page, you should see the link I shared. I'm telling you, I'm fixing to head that way. Insurance. You got to have it. You just have to have it. And if I
Yeah.
can save between $30 to $50 a month, come on. I mean, granted, you're going to spend it on something, but wouldn't I rather have it to spend on something else than on my insurance? Really,
yeah.
Steph? She's just yawning into the phone.
Microphone.
I'm sorry. I was staring at the phone when I was saying that.
Now who's having a Monday morning?
I know. I was answering something about a new sponsor, Woodman of the World Life Insurance is going to be sponsoring the. Let me scroll back up so I can say the name properly. Because I'm going on vacation, so I haven't dealt with this. So I've been letting Military Mike deal with it. But they Walk Among the Heroes Veteran Fundraiser and Festival with Angie Frost. So it says, we've been blessed with another wonderful sponsor. Thank you to Wanda Cook Moore and the Woodman of the World Insurance. So
Cool.
there's another insurance. I mean, another sponsor. But look, if you do need life insurance, you definitely need to get with Wanda Cook Moore. You don't realize I mean, my grandmother passing away was living proof, if you will, of why you need it. Because now it dawned on me, you know, I need to see to it that if something happens, my kids don't have to pay for my funeral.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I need to have it fixed so that while my wife's crying, she doesn't have to figure out how to do my funeral.
Right.
Yeah, my grandparents had, before my grandfather passed away, him and my grandmother both, they went and granddaddy's always, he bought their cemetery plots when, you know, my mother was still a child. So they had that much taken care of. But,
Right.
you know, before granddaddy passed away, they went to the funeral home and had their caskets picked out and their tombstones and what's going to be on it. Everything is already arranged. So when granddaddy passed, all they did was call the funeral home and they took it from there. My grandmother didn't have to worry about it. And when my grandmother passes, it'll be the same thing.
Yeah,
Call
and
the
that's
funeral
how it
home,
was
they
for
come
my
get her,
grandmother.
and everything's already written down what they want.
Yep. I've already tried to pick out a casket that I want. I want to get a blank casket, and I want it to be silver with lots of chrome. And
You want to go? Rum, 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 when it's
no,
going
man, we're
underground?
gonna have Sharpies, like how a pen's got a chain on it at the bank. We're gonna have
Right.
Sharpies attached to the handle so somebody can't steal this. But I want everybody there to sign it. Everybody's gonna sign my casket.
I want the kiss casket.
I've told my kids, I don't know how many times.
If I got to kiss when they would draw on it, I want them to just be able to draw. Like I
They
want
wouldn't-
the
nobody would-
Kilroy eyes looking out of the top of the casket.
Nobody would draw on it. Everybody would try to take the little figurines.
That's
off
right.
the
Everybody
corners.
would be trying to dump your body out and go home with the casket.
What kind of eyes?
You remember Kilroy was here? The little drawing. It's just the little guy's eyes
see-
looking over the wall. It says Kilroy was. Wow, where have you been? But yes, I would love for people to, like Tubby, write something stupid, horrible, but yet funny.
Yeah.
And put a picture of Joe on there.
Who?
He's named it. You didn't pick up on that Friday or Saturday, rather. The picture that I sent you and says Joe says hi. Did you not get it?
Oh, Joe the camel? No.
Yeah.
Ugh, God.
And see, I've told my kids, 1,000 times over, don't spend a whole lot of money on me when I'm dead. You don't even have to put me in a casket. Put me in a cardboard box. Put my jeans on, my boots on, and dig a hole, throw me in.
Okay, so how about
I
this?
don't care.
When we're up there having to make the decisions, now all the money's already been given to Scott Ward's funeral home.
Mm-hmm.
Plug for Scott Ward's. All the money was already there because the life insurance policy that she had designed for that. So, but when we're up there, if you look at standing in the McDonald's and you see a picture of a small drink, a medium drink, and a large drink. So they're talking about caskets. We pick out this cream pinky looking whatever with chrome and whatever my grandmother would like. Okay. So then it gets the vaults, and there's the lower grade, the medium grade, the really good upper medium grade, then the low high grade, and the high grade. And I'm like, so what does this do? What does this do? What does this do? And it's like, this does this, this does this. But the one thing that they all do? They put a casket in them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If they pull your body out of the ground 100 years from now, you're going to look the same. I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to be dead. I don't care.
Little piece of, I was going to say useless trivia, but it's probably not useless. But did you know that in this country, it is mandated, or at least in the state anyways, you have to be embalmed and you have to be placed inside a vault?
Yeah.
Yes. But
they have started, I think it's in Tennessee, there's a place in the mountains that you can have an all natural burial where everything is, you're put in a box, literally a wooden box, and you don't have a headstone, but when they bury you with like a digital marker so that
so they can GPS you.
So if family want to come out and visit your grave, they get this little tracking thing, they can find you, but you are allowed to decompose naturally. You don't have to be, and they had to pay you. Of course,
it costs extra, I'm sure.
Having a completely natural burial costs 2-3 times more than it does to be embalmed and put in a vault.
Right. As soon as it is.
And you have to do that.
So what do? They put lime on you?
No, they just
let you decompose like any dog would in the backyard.
Think about Stephanie. Think about it like in terms of the Old West or the Old South. When somebody passed away, they built a casket out of wooden planks, put you in it, dug a hole, put you in the hole, put the dirt on top of it, and you just decompose naturally the way you're supposed to. The box rots away, your body rots away, you go back to the earth where you came from.
Well, my whole thing was being up there, I'm looking at the guy going, so this one costs this amount, this one costs this amount, and this lower grade costs this amount, but it all does pretty much the same thing. So I'm telling my daughter,
and it's all going to be covered up with dirt.
I told my daughter as we're walking, I'm like, that black one trimmed with the silver, the lower grade one, I want that one. That vault, I want that one. So I'm like picking out low grade everything. And my daughter's like, but, and I said,
Daddy, you ain't going to die no time soon.
I said, but any money left over, you get to go buy a new car. She's like, oh, okay. And then we got outside and she's like, that's kind of bad. Like, you're telling me to take the burial money and go buy a car. I went, I'm dead.
Can't take it with you.
I'm not using the casket. I'm not using the vault, but that's what they're going to put me in. I would rather know that you had a car that's going to get you to and from work and help you live, because I'm dead.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need it. I need you to live on. I don't need a $3, $4, $8, $10,000 casket. I need you in a car going to work. So, all right, let's get out of here. I just threw my pen, dropped my pen. Would you get that for me?
Where'd it go?
Right down there.
Hurry up, Scotty, because it's still 10:30. If you hurry up, you can get off the air on time today.
Could you hurry up and get my pen? Damn it. I needed to write something.
The face, man.
Oh! I hope that didn't pick up. I hit the wrong button.
What the heck?
I was going for the pen. I hit the button. Hey, we're getting out of here, everybody. It's just fun in the morning. If you didn't see the video, you just missed out.
Wow.
I accidentally threw my pen, but I used it for a blessing in disguise. That was me trying to zap stuff.
Yeah, and then you hit the wrong button.
Yes. All right, everybody, we're out of here. It's just fun in the morning. Have a great day. See you later.
Have a good weekend.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
We got some songs coming back up. I'm gonna start with this. Some Blackberry Smoke, Leave a Scar. It's actually a good song. We'll see y'all later.
Leave a scar?
Bye. Yeah, almost like I almost did to you a minute ago.
Yeah, to the face. Quit.
To the face.
Quit it.
That's what
Yeah,
Travis said. All right, we'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye, y'all.